Check that. It says we're live. Yes? All right, we see ourselves? No, not live. See it on Twitch, okay. All right. All right, so Twitch is good. Twitch is live. So, yeah. All right, cool. Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, so how do you guys like the layout? All right. All right. Let me. Oh, shit. Yeah, okay, there it is. The dice roller and the things. There we are. All right, cool. Sweet. Hello. Nos is a um, kind of swarthy, interested mostly in himself sort of uh, kid, for the most part. He's yeah, he's in his 20s. He's got a car, well, a ship, and he's that guy, the guy with the car, and he thinks he's all that. And for some reason, everybody seems to agree with him. And he has found himself mixed up with some family business dispute. So there's that. Sure. It's the first time it's been said aloud, so yes. Fair enough. They can't hear anything. Oh, yeah, yeah. All right. Can't hear anything. Can anybody else verify that on they're going to Oh, audio input capture. All right, hold on. Let's see here if this. How about now? Can we hear? Okay. Can you? I am really loud. You can only hear me. Okay. Let me. That's. You mean everybody else is just a. Audio output. Yeah. All right. Let me see here.
Oddly enough, this has been
Okay.
one of the
How
least
about this now?
technically
Can
problematic.
can we hear everybody now?
I mean, I can hear everyone.
You can
I
hear
can
everyone?
hear us as well,
I can
but
hear
the
everybody,
question
but
is the people out there, can they hear
yeah.
us?
All right, mystery
'Cause-
person, tell us things. Can you hear this?
Yeah, see how
what
this
was
all
the
goes.
yes sound? What was the commercial where the dude was walking around going, "Can you hear me now?"
Okay.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That's what that
All
Verizon.
right,
reminded
Hey,
me.
so
can I
sweet, we
hear
have
it
sound
What
now?
now.
is that?
All right, I've discovered
Verizon.
a very important thing. I don't know if we went back and watched the last session or not,
To see if
because
we had sound.
we may or may not have had any sound. So,
What?
yeah, well, I just added the audio input and output. Apparently, those are important. Um,
We
Yeah,
had it.
a
I
little
didn't
bit.
watch the last one, but I watched the one beforehand, and we had
The
it
first
then.
one.
yeah, but
Okay.
Yeah.
that was on a different computer. So,
Oh,
yeah, yeah,
so that might have
Okay.
been
So
just this
everyone's back.
computer setup.
yeah, yeah. All right, sweet, cool. All right, sorry about
Fantastic.
that,
To
guys.
the mystery person who has helped us out, thank you so much. We greatly appreciate you. You get a round of applause
Yes.
for helping out with the tech support. You don't get paid. This is a thankless
All
job,
right.
just like an
Well, I
internship.
mean,
So,
again, there's
Consider this
always
an
the whole
internship.
crisp high five thing next time you see us in the wild, you know? So,
all right. We've had a chance to introduce the characters, and now we're going to catch up with where we are with what the characters were doing last. The good news is the light freighter got finished. It is repaired. The Ugnaughts did what they said they were going to do. They were going to finish it within the 8 days, and they got it done in less than 4. And not only
nice.
that, they got it painted and named. The naming was probably the hardest part because they wanted Nos to do it, but someone else stepped up to the job and took care of it, and the Lone Ranger has been completed. So, but our last session was not without its ups and downs. They had to deal with a disgruntled Ugnaught. They had to deal with a stowaway in a droid, and they had to get rid of transponders that were left on the ship that would become the Lone Ranger that was put there by the Pike. It turns out that the droid who was supposed to be giving them assistance with codes and stuff was actually a droid with a passenger. Like, I want to call it a tiny mecha, but it's not.
A Trojan droid? Is that even a thing?
Yeah, well, because
Trojan
the droid
Works really
the
well
droid's
because
still there,
it's a
right?
T7.
Yeah,
Okay.
the droid still
So-
exists, if I'm not mistaken, right?
It does still exist. The droid is still there. So we're going to call it a Trojan droid. And inside this droid, a tiny alien by the name of Dakma is hanging out on the inside, hiding from the Pike. Apparently, he was a slave to their drug operation of spice, and he escaped through being tossed out with the rest of the recycling. Lucky enough, he was picked up by the Salvage Guild and ended up in the service of Amun, and she is now the purveyor of the job that they are doing. It's a huge, complicated, like conspiratorial yarn map. You ever seen those yarn maps where they got the pictures and the yarn going all? Yeah,
Oh yeah, yarn map.
Anyhow.
Okay. You
Oh,
said
yeah.
yard map. I'm like, what?
yarn.
The ones
Yarn.
where you have to, figure out.
I don't think we need that much yarn. We have been hired to steal some shit.
You're
Is that it?
correct.
Okay.
But his escape from the Pike was all of that. And so now, after all of that's been taken care of, one of the most important pieces that you guys weren't privileged to was unless you watched the last episode, was that Nos took it upon himself to take these transponders. With the Ugnaughts' help, they built a device, and he went off and did some less than savory stuff to kind of get rid of and create an issue for enemies of Asylum. But that's for another show. That's for another time. Right now, we're worried about cargo wrangling. And as we finish up with our catch-up, as we finish with the catch-up, I want to kind of give you guys a nice little intro. In the lawless fringes of the Midrim, the life of a pirate is frantic, grinding cycle of desperate gambles and narrow escapes. These villainous creatures haunt the hyperlanes and rusty freighters, stripping disabled transports of every wire and power cell just to keep their own life supports humming for another week. Every heist, every betrayal, and every stolen credit is fueled by the shimmering mirage of the big score. That one legendary haul of coaxium or rare kyber that will finally buy them a clean slate. Yet the credits never seem to pile high enough to bridge the gap between survival and freedom, leaving them with perpetually chasing a horizon that recedes with every jump to light speed. The tragedy of their journey lies in the slow, corrosive toil of the chase itself. To survive in a galaxy governed by the Empire's iron hand, these scavengers find themselves committing small, necessary evils that gradually harden them into a way of life. They tell themselves they are hidden, they are safe, but the cold reality of the dark side is a gravity well that tugs at every compromise they make. No matter how many treasures they pluck from the wreckage of the old Republic, they have already lost the very soul they were trying to save, the foundation of the universe, or they traded their empathy for the desire of an extra handful of credits. And at this time, we take a moment to slide to tongue slippage. At this time, we take a moment to slide to Asylum. Man, Asylum. We take a moment to slide to Asylum and catch up with our daring and yet dangerous pilot, Nos.
Who wrote this summary? Dostoevsky? I'm gonna start drinking like a Russian. That's it. I eat the bullet. Good God. I can't take it anymore. This is fictional and I cannot stand this life. The only way to end it all is to hang oneself. Wow. That's good.
Thank you.
Good stuff.
I thank you. I appreciate that.
All right. So Nas has just recently gone off and done the thing, hopefully you know, uh, getting
You,
some kerfuffling going on with the syndicates
yeah. Well,
that you know.
we'll have to find out. You made it back, so you survived.
Yeah, exactly. And so, I landed, and after a long drive, the best thing to do is to go drink. So I am going back to the bar to drink. So uh, where I'm assuming I run into my friend here, Apafa, who is
Oh
also
All
yeah,
right.
he's at.
at the bar.
Yeah, if there's a bar, he's there.
All right. And so like, I feel like the two of these guys are just kind of, drinking and drinking and drinking and hanging out and carousing and doing all the stuff that they normally do. And that's when I have the brilliant idea. I'm like, listen, man, all I'm saying is this. I know you like to shoot things, and I know that there's
Yeah,
never been a job that has not gone south. So we're going to need somebody to shoot things. So you want to go?
I mean it's free booze.
Well, yeah, you're definitely going to have booze there. I mean, not during the job, but definitely as a
What
celebratory.
am I?
What?
What am I shooting at? You know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Like
it's okay.
what
I
am I
mean,
shooting with?
well, you're
What am I shooting
you're
with?
shooting with a YV666. You know,
Oh
you,
yeah, the
like
devil's in the name. Sign me up.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, the one like Bosk has.
Oh, I'm there.
Yeah, yeah. So at any rate, yeah, no. So the
Get me on
and if I tell you what you'd be shooting at, you might not go. So I'm not going to tell you. All right? Does that sound good? I'm just saying if I ever led you astray.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'll still go.
All right, cool. Sounds good. All right, so meet us at the docking bay in tomorrow morning ish. So I'll give you a call. I'll send you the location. It'll be fine. But in the meantime, this round's on me.
Hmm. Next round's on you too.
Fair, fair.
And as we close that scene, the droid at the bar responds, "You have to pay for the last one before you can get the next one."
Droids. All right, I pay him.
Droids and then math.
Well,
As that scene comes to, go ahead.
they don't like me as much as everybody else likes me. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is about droids. They just never really warm up to me.
I mean, do they ever really warm up at all? I think they got to stay at a moderate temperature, or
It is actually true. I suppose if they did warm up, then things would go south pretty quick. You know?
pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, this metaphor could keep
Good
on
thing I'm
going,
there.
but I feel like if it kept on going, then it would just fall apart. So I'm going to stop now
Oh,
while I'm ahead. Is all I'm saying. All right.
I'm never ahead. I'm 4 feet tall.
I know. That's why I like you. Um, I mean, not the only reason. You know.
All right, close on that
Oh
one.
yeah.
Close on that one. We're going to open with Ulan. Your comm lights up in the early part of the morning to wake you up, and it flashes the alarm, getting your attention. Um, Outside, you can hear the droid. She's out in the front area, maybe prepping some sort of early morning food or drink, whatever. But she's definitely up at this point in time. And the first thing that pops up on your little comm device that's on the data pad for today is departure. Now, I don't know how or what procedure you guys would have chosen, how you would picked the time to leave. But after less than 4 days of working, the Ugnaughts did get everything finished. And you were still waiting for Nos to show back up, and then he shows up, and it's late, and it's like, hey, then we stick to our schedule. An 8 a.m. departure is what you're planned. And right about now, you're waking up at
8:30. I'll go with, which is ridiculously early for me, but
And as you begin realizing that okay, this is not going to work. 8:30, 8 o'clock. This is too early. What would you like to do? Where does your day begin? This is the last day you're going to be on Asylum for a while, and everything from here can go easy or sideways.
no use putting it off. Let's just start it. Nos, 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 Nos.
What?
Answer your call.
What?
Your calm.
What?
Answer your calm.
What? Do you have
No.
at the time? Look at the time. I want you to look at the time.
I am looking at the time.
Yes.
Shouldn't we be meeting at the ship? Things to do. Tick tock, tick tock. Compound interest waits for no man.
What time is it?
It's 08:30.
Oh, yeah, I suppose. All right, I'll be there.
All right, you message Mara.
I'll be there by noon. All right, bye.
Wait, what? Hello?
All right, and then I'll call Mara and go. Apparently, we're meeting up around noon.
Noon? I thought it was 8. I'm already there.
Okay, well then, maybe we'll get there earlier. And
yeah, that'd be nice.
Oh, I hired another guy last night, by the way. Old friend of mine. He's a really great shot. So,
Is he? Did you hire him for guns? Are we fighting?
Well, I mean, in case of emergencies, and he can fly a ship too. I was thinking.
Okay, well that's helpful.
I was thinking, the YV has a cargo hold at the top of the ship that pops open that I think will fit the last word. I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure it'll fit the last word. So I'm gonna go get that.
You want to take?
I'm gonna bring it by the.
You want to take
dock
your
plane.
ship? You want to take your ship on this job? I thought we were taking.
Well, if we get into trouble, my ship is way more maneuverable than the other ships that we could possibly
You
have.
seem pretty certain that this is gonna turn out bad.
Have you ever done a heist like this?
Heist? I didn't. Are we stealing something? I
mean, we're going to pick up things that people aren't paying attention to. So, I mean, is it really stealing if they're neglecting it? Or are we just helping it out? Because that cargo is not going to sell itself. You know what I mean?
Okay. Are we stealing from the Empire?
No, definitely not. No,
I was going to be excited if we were, because...
Okay, well then yes. Okay. Yes, we are standing for the... I was lying to you, okay? Yeah, no, so we're going to go in there, we're going to steal a bunch of crates.
Stealing is okay, as long as it's from the Empire.
Oh yeah, well, I like you even more now. All right, well anyways, I'll be...
I don't trust that he will call him. I'm going to call Mara on comms.
Just like any other phone, it will show that there's another incoming transmission. And if your comm is fancy, which is a choice you get to make, it'll even let you know who the other person is.
She would have a fancy one. She would.
Toys.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Ulan's calling, so I'm gonna see what he wants.
All right, you didn't hear from me. All right. Good night. Hang up.
What?
I said you didn't hear from me, and then I hang up.
Hi, Ulan.
All right. Because I assume Nos is just going right back to sleep. Did he call you yet?
No.
Of course he didn't. All right. Well, we're meeting over at the ship shortly. All right. So
yeah, that would be nice. I'm already there because we said 8, and I'm already there because we said 8, and I was wondering where everybody was.
You're already there. Well, punctuality is really a wonderful feat. That's wonderful. So,
I don't want to get left behind.
Right. So it'll just be us. then Nos. I don't even know if I need to call my brother right now, and then Dakma. And fantastic. I'll see you down there as soon as I grab something to eat. Fantastic. Glad at least something is going smoothly today.
Yeah.
Y-
Okay, bye.
What?
I'll
What
hang up.
is something? Hello? What? Why does everyone hang up on me? Fine.
Because she's not sure she should tell him about the new passengers, so she just panics and hangs up.
Ulan,
Nobody tells the boss no.
as you step out of your room having a complaint about no one telling the boss anything, the droid passes by you and says, "It's a possibility there might be interference with your comlink while you are working in your room. Mayhaps try calls some other location next time."
I paid for the premium plan for this comlink. It should have a signal almost everywhere in the stupid station. Whatever.
I will reach out
do-
to the station commander for the communications and see if there may be a repair done. Would that be advisable? I want to make sure you're happy.
Yes. I'm too nervous to eat right now, so just don't worry about that. We have to get down to the loading docks.
Yes, sir. And she says, "Do you want me to pack you some food, something I prepared so that you can take it with you?"
Yes, thank you. I'll get dressed.
Of course, and she heads over to the kitchen. And within 5 minutes, a lift does arrive, and she comes out with you carrying what are the implements that you're planning to take with you, the necessary survival equipment or whatever you're packing, as well as a nice meal, which she felt was important. And she'll climb into the lift with you. And on the way there, she says, "I do need to make sure that there is no assumption that I'm coming with you. I am not built or designed for these kind of things."
No, absolutely. Stay here. We'll be back whenever.
Understood. Is there anything else that you'll need from me while you are gone? And she starts planning out things like making sure things are taken care of, calling people about the transponder. And so she's really good as a housekeeping / secretary droid. She works really diligently for you. And as you're transporting in that direction, there is a small I forgot the name of the hang on one second. Bump bump bada bump 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 bump. Where's it at? Bam.
What is it?
The name of the race, the little bat people.
Oh, Chandrillin.
Oh, McConnell.
Chandrillin fan. Or Chandra.
Chandrafan. There's a Chandrafan riding along with you in this transport, and as you guys are heading off and just having not very direct conversation about what you're doing, beating around the bush and whatnot, he is riding with you. He looks to you and he's just like, "Are you leaving on a transport today?"
Maybe. Why do you ask?
Well, I need a ride off Asylum.
Sorry.
I'm just looking
probably
for a
maintenance. May not be leaving today. Might be leaving today. Can't say.
I have credits. I mean, are you the pilot? You look like a pilot.
No. I thank you. That's very nice of you. I'm management.
You're management. Oh, well, you do look like you have the brains for a job, but I really do need to get off the station soon. And he holds up about 200 credits. He's like, "Is there anyone you know who's leaving Asylum that could give me a ride?"
Sorry, I again, not a pilot, more of a supervisor, big picture analysis. I'm sure you could find someone, probably. So, let me just take your name in case we can make this work. But really, I don't think so.
Oh, yeah, sure, not a problem. So he will share with you his name. So potentially it could be something, but in the process of creating and writing games, there are upbeats and downbeats, and this is one of those neutral beats, the opportunity for something good or maybe something bad. And so it's a chance to toss in a little something to spice things up. So as the hover transport, the repulsor lift comes to the bay and stops, and you get off, leaving behind your friend. He's then going to, well, he's getting off too, going to wander around looking for a transport. And so as he's getting out, he looks up to the Lone Ranger and just standing there with his tiny little mouth wide open, drops his gear and just stares at it. And then, like, he grabs a few bags, yells, and starts hauling ass.
No, nothing like an Imperial paint job to scare off potential customers. But that's the way of it.
You look over toward the Lone Ranger, and standing outside are the two Ugnaughts, Mara and T7, with Dokma sitting on top of T7 like he's riding a pony without a saddle. There's no saddle on the T7.
Okay. Mara, good morning.
Made it.
Glad to see you here.
Where's Nas?
Is Nos on board the ship?
No.
What do you mean Nos isn't on board the ship? Is he getting supplies?
I don't know. He just said you would. Nothing.
Do you mean nothing? Is he here? Is he on his way? Is he just?
No, I
getting
don't know where he
supplies?
is. I don't know. I thought he'd be with you. Don't you guys like
I'm
travel
not,
together?
I'm not his nanny. Fine, hold on.
Oh, I thought you guys were friends.
The droid with Ulan walks up and says, "No, I'm actually Ulan's nanny. I'm caretaker and secretary. Nos does not have such a service."
Just don't use the term. Don't use the term nanny. Do you mind? It's a
Of
strange
course.
term. Yeah, I mean, I have.
My
a nanny
apologies.
growing up, but yeah, it's fine. Nos, call Nos. Nos. I say the signal. I paid for the premium plan. Nos.
Okay. What? I said noon.
What?
I said noon.
We are over at the ship. We have to get things moving. And at the rate that we coagulate, it might be noon. So how about we start now so that when the time comes for us to go, it'll be noon. I mean, let's try for a now thing, all right? Aaron, it's all you need. Aaron.
Fine. I'll see you in a minute. All right. So I go down to the I'll go get the last word and bring it over to that dock.
Okay. Not a problem. So you're going to head that direction. Do you also want to swing by and pick up Apopha?
Yeah.
So as the two of you all arriving at the same time. All right. So from the point of view of Apopha, you hop on to the last word, and you've been on his ship before, so it's not a big deal. And he's like, I'm just going to fly us around to a different bay because Lucrehawks are really big, like insanely large when you have to think about the size of one actual being and the fact that all these people live on it. And so flying from one part of the Lucrehawk to another on the last word makes sense. When you arrive at this mostly designed to house larger vessels, or at least attached to them, vessels docking area, I don't know how Apopha feels about the Empire, but as the last word comes up to a point of docking, sitting on the platform where the last word is about to land, in its gargantuitude attached to the entire vessel, is an Imperial freighter. Gray with the white circle marking like it's a reverse version of the Walmart symbol. We'll edit that part out later, but that would lead into the track of Walmart. But it is the reverse. If you've ever looked at the Walmart symbol,
Yeah.
they're the reverse. Anywho, there sits on the deck an Imperial freighter. What is Apopha's reaction?
That's a big boy.
Uh,
It's a real big boy.
yeah. Hey, that's our ship.
It's the one we riding in?
Yeah. So
That's the one I'm shooting at?
that's the one you were potentially shooting at.
Oh no. We just lost potential. I just gained it.
Yeah. Well, I was expecting a different reaction. So, this is all good. Honestly, I like my friends. They're good people. So I'll swing on in and land next to the ship.
All right, so it has been close to about 40 minutes while you were waiting for him to arrive because he had to go get his friend, get his ship, fly over, blah, blah, blah. In the meantime, T7 has rolled in with Dakma and parked in his location with the astrogation. You guys have had a chance to move around, and there's a lot of space in this thing, even though a decent amount of it is designed to contain smaller pieces and areas for cargo. A lot of stuff has been turned into some decent living quarters because it's very imperial looking. So it's just basically that solid flat piece of metal bed that everybody sleeps on. Which, side tangent, if you've ever watched any of the Star Wars movies, how do they sleep on that? Come on, it's just hard. Anywho, the ship has been put together really well. And the amount of creature comforts in here is minimal, but the design itself is perfect. All the markings, all the symbolisms, all the devices, everything. It's almost like the Ugnaughts know the inside and outside of an Imperial freighter, whether they've seen one or not. Hopefully, they've not seen one. But I'm just saying, they did a good job. It takes you probably about the better part of 30 of those 40 minutes just walking around opening every goddamn door they put in. What's behind this door? It's another bathroom. What's behind this door? It looks like a place to go to. What's behind this door? Might be a medical bay. Ooh, cargo. You ever been in a new place and you're just walking around opening every goddamn door? Hey, did we look in there yet? Yeah, I already looked in there. It's a closet. Okay, cool. And then you go look anyways because you're like, you don't believe them? You know what
I
I'm
think
saying.
Apafa's excited about this. Apafa's like, he'd be like if a car guy got arrested and the cop had a cool car.
One and getting the right up front. He's still in handcuffs, but he's getting the right up front.
He gets to, hey, open the hood for me. I want to check it out while you before we leave.
The cop hands him a gun and goes, "Hey, lean out the window and shoot something."
So, when you get an opportunity to finish exploring after arrival, Ulan, you get a chance to head up to the bridge. T7 has made opportunities to log in, check all the data, and re-download all the necessary information. And so, once that's done, Dogma tells you that they, and Dogma refers to them, T7 and himself as they, their team, they're ready to go. So now it's just waiting for Nos to show up, which 10 minutes pass, and the last word rises up from the side of the deck. The docking rises up to the side of the docking station, rotates, and then lands. And as you're in the actual bridge, looking down at this tiny little vessel, there's a bit of like, that thing's so tiny, but at the same time, oh shit, you realize there's a huge cargo bay that had the roof that looked like it had a split in it, like it was two pieces of metal. It might actually open. You're not 100% sure on everything, and the Ugnaughts did not give you a walk around. And of course, if we learned, Ulan is not the tech savvy person. Mm-hmm. What about Mara? Would Mara have recognized the cargo bay hangar doors?
Probably not. She was only working as a mechanic for probably like a couple of weeks.
I did mention to you that I'm thinking about bringing the last word.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You did mention that. So she might, if she comes across it, she might realize that that's what Nos was talking about. Whether she says so out loud or not, I'm not sure, because Nos told her to act like he never called.
Correct. So now it's questionable, like, what can you
She's
tell
already messed
Ulan?
Up once.
What can you not tell Ulan? What secrets do we have to keep from Ulan?
If she's trying to be sneaky about it, she'll probably say like, "Hey, I think that cargo bay looking thing is probably I don't know, hold ships or something." Maybe.
At this point in time, Nos comes off the like little gangplank thingy the door for the ship, and he just yells out, "Hey, somebody open up the top! I'm gonna land the last word in it.
So you guys are 4 stories up, 50 meters away, behind transparent steel, looking down at Nos, going.
Oh, and then I pull out the comm. Hey, open the top. I gotta, land. I'm gonna land the last word in it, and then I hang up.
No offense. We
You know
can
what he's
kiss
talking
it.
about?
Yeah, that's
Open
what I
the-
said. It looks like you could put a ship in it.
Do you know how to open the top?
No. Is there a
I'm
button?
sure we can figure it out. All right, we'll
Like
go
a
down.
garage door opener looking thing?
There's probably a button. You know.
You did see a panel with 3 buttons on it. You want to go push
1
a
out
button?
of 3 chance.
Sure, let's push some
Hit the
buttons.
top one. Maybe the top one means open up.
It does! And so the cargo bay
Yay!
opens, and with a short moment of time, the last word lifts off the ground and descends after making its trajectory into a cargo bay. And then the doors close. By you pushing another button.
Yeah, but it's a pretty tight fit. Like, I mean, it'll fit like a headhunter in here with the wings folded up, and this thing will fit wideways and into it. But like, it's longer than a headhunter, but just a little bit longer. So, and the headhunter just barely fits in.
So what they did was they took out the rear cargo area. So when you come in, you have to come in at a J motion with the guns rolled back.
Okay.
So you're like sliding in. And so to get out, you have to slide out. Because if you try to go straight out, you're just going to rip through part of the roof.
Okay. Sounds good. I do that.
Can we get an image of this freighter, by the way, that
Yes.
the people can see through the
Yeah.
stream, just in case they have not witnessed? Because everyone's like, "Hey, it's a YVC." It's not the Millennium Falcon. It's
You're right. We need to
it's,
work on our sharing of artwork.
it's a thing. It's a what am I trying to say? Think like a freightliner. So.
Yes.
Doesn't it kind of look like a big brick?
Yeah, it kind of
It
does.
is. It has all the gracefulness of a brick with none of the requisite charm. So
Yeah.
So I do believe we still have it in the previous chat if Nigel just wants to scroll up a little bit.
Do we? In this
Wants to
chat?
share the chat. It's there also on the very bottom, so I mean we got some options.
In here?
Yeah, it's like a. Actually, it looks more like an ink cartridge. Just like an ink cartridge with wings on the back.
Yup.
Well, let's do it.
Got
Share.
wings.
Max, why don't you pull it up and then just share it so that the audience can see as well. Do it on your your screen,
Yeah, all right, 1 second.
and then what I'll do is I'll just click on it so that it'll be big so everybody can see it.
Working it.
We need the man from Ipanema to be playing.
Okay.
The actual tape.
Does that work?
Share your screen.
1 second. Right. Share screen. Where's that button at? Bump. Screen. All right, hang on. I just realized I dropped it into a folder that's probably not very Star Warsian. I can't pull it out now.
Yeah, it's fine.
See if that opens it. There we go.
Special folder.
Yeah, it's for my horror game.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bam. All right, now
right.
if I maximize this.
There you go. All right, guys.
Check that out.
That is a YV666.
That is the Lone Ranger.
Mm-hmm. And I'm assuming right there where those little lines are at the top is where the ship lands.
Yep, from about, if I don't know if you can see my mouse, but there's like a little nodule, the top half that rides forward, and you can see these. I don't even know what to call them. They're like little humpy, loopy things on the top of the vessel.
Yeah.
That's the area where the ship comes into and lands.
Oh, okay.
See, I can
And
pop
then,
over here. I can pop over here. Will you see that?
yep. Okay, so that whole top area. Got it.
There we go.
Okay.
Groovy, groovy, groovy. Uh-oh. Did somebody lose something? I heard
No,
a weird,
still
weird
here.
sound. All right, sweet, cool. So that is the YV-666. I still don't know what the ship's called.
The
So
Lone Ranger.
yes, so I docked the last word and gone down with the Paffa.
Fantastic. As you're unloading from the last word into the Lone Ranger, you definitely feel a level of excitement. Expectations were to be able to do a bunch of stuff, and either whether it was the Kev or Gouch, whichever, it doesn't matter. They came through. You knew they would come through.
Yeah.
You had that little spit with Gouch about stuff. I don't know if you remember what you fought about, but
Yeah.
they came through. They set the cargo hold up.
It was the transponder, but I took care of that.
Correct, you did. All right. So we're going to kind of start to move a little bit faster here at this point in time in our story. The moment of brevity and finality here in Asylum is coming to an end as you guys are getting together, punching a few buttons. The cargo holds are empty except for what seems to be standard issue equipment that was acquired by the Ugnaughts and put in. The crew that we have here are our 4 characters that are present, plus 2 more people. 2 humans who work for FOSTA. Do we remember what their names were?
Yep.
Oh,
Fabjo and Sonova.
Correct.
Fabjo and Sonova.
And Fabjo and Sonova are also here. And so one of the first things that the small alien Dogma says is that while we're there, people need to wear the Imperial uniforms. When he communicated with Rel Sanath about, when he was doing all the info searching, he was also able to snag these uniforms and get them shipped. And so those of you who will fit them should probably wear them.
All right.
Okay.
Do these uniforms have pants?
The small alien will grab a package and toss it to you.
Mm.
He says they should, but I don't think you're going to look very much like the part.
Yeah. No, you're just gonna stay in the cockpit, Well, in the gunner thing and whatnot,
Okay.
When we
Stay on the ship as usual.
well,
Fine.
no,
Just because I can't wear
it's
pants.
the Imperial.
Just because I can't wear pants. Can't go anywhere like this. I swear to God, this day and age. You think this is the future. You think. It's all right, though. I'll stay on the ship.
No. If we once we get there, we got all kinds of options. Just getting in is the thing.
Kind of.
Listen. Ulan has to hide, and so does the little guy.
The little guy pulls out what looks to be a remote control. He points it at the T701 droid rolling around, clicks a button, the top of it pops open, and then he jumps inside and pulls it shut. Into the droid he goes. He is an Anazella, so the Dogma is tiny. And from the droid, you just hear a bunch of beeping, and if your character knows BASIC, it's basically him, the droid saying that the pilot's inside. So he's good to go with in his undercover mode.
All right. So we have the last word now, which is great.
Yes.
If we do get into some shit, the last word's called the last word for a reason. So
It's about to be called the last call when I find your stash.
after,
Nos,
it's a celebratory thing.
Nos,
Yes.
Nos.
Ulin. Ulin? Ulin. Yes. What would you
Yes.
like?
Do you have a free moment?
Yeah. Yeah.
Greg, could you step outside the ship for just a moment? I want to confer with you on something.
Sure.
Great. We step outside, out of earshot of everyone.
Out of the ship?
Yes.
Like, is this happening before the ship is left, or is the ship already
Yes.
left?
Ship hasn't left yet.
Cool. All right. Ship
Right.
hasn't left yet.
Yeah, I was like, I look at Pop and I go, you make yourself at home, all right? Because, yeah, go take a look at the guns and whatnot, and make yourself acquainted.
Yeah, I'll go not shoot at stuff with my pants off.
You never have pants. You don't have. They're not your pants if you don't wear them. Just saying.
Why is it plural anyway? It's just one.
Yeah, I know. It's because of the legs, I think.
Our conversation, Nos.
Oh, right.
Could
I'll
we
be back.
just a short, just a tiny, yes, yes, if you don't mind.
I think
All right.
as soon as they walk out, Mara's gonna go, ooh, Nos is in trouble.
Ooh. Or
After you
what?
guys leave to go have your conversation, she suspects that Nos is in trouble for not telling you about his new friend and bringing the last word and all that, like everything that he talked to Mara about, but she had to keep quiet about. So she suspects he's in trouble for that. So she just goes, "Ooh, he's in trouble," because she thinks it's funny.
All right.
Just a quick. It's just a quick.
Yeah.
Just a small
Oh,
issue.
good.
But who or what is that person / thing who was with you on your ship?
Okay, so I'm gonna have to ask you which one you want first. Do you want a who or a what?
I'll in any order.
Oh,
Feel
okay.
free to fill me in.
Well, what he is my good friend, whom is excellent at gunnery and can act as a backup pilot if we need it. All right.
I see.
And who? His name is Apapa.
A what?
Apapa.
Puffer. All right. How
I've known
is
him.
it that the
I've
number of
known him
humans on
for.
this job has just gotten startlingly fine?
Listen, do you
That's
know
okay.
any
Gunner?
do you know any gunners? Do you know any gunners? We have guns.
Yes. I appreciate the initiative. I just saw an animal and I wasn't sure if it was something that was an infestation or a crew member and a part
Listen,
of this
listen,
job.
listen. He's very sensitive. All right, so just be nice, okay?
What is he sensitive about?
You know, mostly pants, but that's beside the point. Okay, all I'm saying is that you're being a little racist right now. Okay, and I can't. I'm just saying he's just because he doesn't look like you doesn't mean that it's okay. All right, you got
Is there
tentacles.
no one on this station over 5 feet? I mean, normally, when
It's a
one
space station. Listen, people who are
gets
shorter,
someone, employs someone
can
like
fit in more
you,
places.
there's some muscle behind you. And everything, I feel like I'm running a petting zoo at this point. There's not a bit of muscle here other than Mara who can blow things up. So, size doesn't matter.
What do you
But
mean? You got me.
fine. You got,
I'm just saying. Give me a hat and some makeup.
fine.
I'm right there.
It's fine. All right. He's a good gunner.
Yeah,
You'll
he's a good
vouch for
gunner.
him?
He can also fly a ship. Incidentally, can anybody else fly a ship? Can you fly a ship?
I mean, basically, yes, I can fly a ship.
Good. Good.
I mean, I'm not going to be doing emergency maneuvers. Here's the important thing, Nas, that I just need to know from you. Flat rate or percentage? Is he in
That
a flat rate or percentage?
you know what? I felt like that was a conversation that you should have with him. I didn't want to overstep any bounds. You know what I mean? Like
Well, we should
I
probably
felt,
decide this before he decides that he gets
I
50%
felt
of
like
our cut.
the financial negotiations are your part, and I would leave you to that.
All right. Fine. Is he on comms?
It can be.
I mean, communication's important.
We'll
He should
get him
have his
set
own
up.
comm
We'll
unit.
get him set up.
Fine.
All right. So
Go back on the
see.
ship.
All right.
Find
You should really think about like relaxation techniques. Okay. Because I feel like you're very stressed as an individual. I want to say this
We're
'cause
about to rob the
I'm your friend.
Empire,
I
he said
know.
quietly.
Nobody can hear us out there.
Apopha, is it? Apopha.
Yeah. When you
Wonderful to
approach me,
meet
I'm
you.
arming every weapon that is in there. I'm just loading guns for no
fantastic.
reason. I'm just
So-
preparing for war.
Yeah. So let me
Yes,
tell you what
that's-
you find when you're turning these things on. The main gun turret is designed to control the other two turrets and the other weapons on the ship independently, but not at the same time. You have to swap from one to the next. That is not possible in the other locations. So if you're in the rear of the ship at the mine layer, it will not function anywhere else. If you are firing the missile turret from the main gun, you can switch over to the primary gun turret or the secondary gun turret or the forward guns or the missile launcher or the mine layer. But if you're in the rear gun or the mine laying device, you can't control anywhere else. But this ship has forward lasers, two turrets, a missile bay, and a mine laying device.
So are the turrets linked? Can they be?
They can be linked. You can turn number 1 and number 2 to point at the same object, but there is a small arc where number 2 can't shoot at what number 1 can, and vice versa.
Yeah.
So if it's straight in front or straight in the back, you only have one turret option. But in the front, you've got a total of 4 guns. Every gun, turret, missile launcher, and whatnot, except for the front posted ion blaster, all have a conceal option, and you have to turn that off before they can actually be used. So as you're walking back into the vessel, you notice that the front of the vessel, 2 large blasters roll out, a turret pops up, the back of the turret pops up in the back of the ship, then along the side, 2 large missile bays roll out.
I'm just laughing.
I'm clearly very buzzed and excited.
Okay. So as you are playing with this and you come into the main gun turret, which is located behind the bridge, you find the small creature, this Apopha, who is currently running through the schematics, dynamics, or whatever you want to call it, the technical aspects of the ship's weapons.
Okay. Apopha, is it?
Oh, yeah, close enough. Brett, this is a regular KFC special of all kind of stuff. This is a random bucket of weapons. Where y'all get all this?
It was part of this job's. Look, I just have a few quick questions. Just some small. You wouldn't happen to have a resume that I could look at? No? Okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
Fine.
yeah.
You're a gunner? You've gunned things before?
When he says that, I immediately press up on whatever turret and hit whatever wall it bumps into. Yeah, I've shot all kind of things.
No. Are you looking for something comical?
Yeah.
You could dispense one of the mines out of the back of the ship, but deactivated it. So they can fall out. They're just not active. That's how a mine works. You drop it out of the vessel, you start flying away, then you hit the go button. The go button makes the mine dangerous.
If that's the case, he just hears metal hit the floor, and I start looking around.
Y'all hear from outside the ship, bang, 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 bang.
What was that noise?
Yeah, dude, I've shot all kinds of shit. What you need?
What's the noise?
As you're looking around, you see something large and wheel-shaped rolling away from the Lone Ranger.
Mine.
Is that mine?
It still is.
Okay. Is it active?
You ever hear sewer lid when they go round and round. They go wop, 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 wop. That's exactly what it's doing right now, about a good 20 meters away from the.
Right,
Then
so
it
the mines
stopped.
went.
Yeah, we're fine.
Okay. Two other things. As you are joining our merry crew in this business venture, we should discuss pay. We prefer a flat rate, of course. So, how does 400 credits sound?
How does it sound to you?
Sounds like I'm paying so much more than I thought. Sounds wonderful. Sounds great. And more than our other associates here because of your skill levels. So if you would just note there, and then if you could just sign your name by the release of any liability,
You know what's
including
crazy?
the death and
I press
dismemberment.
this button right here. It rearms that mine.
Don't fine. We can just go over the paperwork later. So 400 sounds good, and yeah, I guess we're good to go. Absolutely, fine.
Okay. You got any
Nothing could
rocket
possibly
fuel?
go. Pardon?
Rocket fuel, jet juice. You know what I'm talking about. Where's the good stuff?
I would hope that during and only during the commission of felonies, we would have a 2 drink limit. Let's just put it at that. A 2 drink limit.
Drink minimum. I'm talking comedy club rules, man. What's going on around here?
Well, I mean, afterwards, I will absolutely start a tab at the bar of your choice. But I mean, if we could remain semi-sober for this, as well as any narcotics, spice, etc., neural implants, porn, if any of that could just on hold for a very, very short amount of time, that would be greatly appreciated.
You want me to stay straight and somehow shoot straight?
If I'm walking by at this moment, I go, yeah, you don't want that. Give him a drink.
Okay, right. Fine. Whatever I don't even see can't possibly hurt me. So, all right then. Looks like we're good to go. I guess.
Oh yeah. If you find any pants that'll fit these, that would help too.
Can you just wear a poncho or something?
Tired of ponchos. What am I, a drug addict?
Well, you probably should reload those mines.
Yeah. Son of a Fabjo, would you go put those mines back where they're supposed to go? They might come in handy later, I imagine. That would be just great.
About 5 minutes of time it takes them to get the lifts down, and another 5 minutes to get everything loaded as NOS and T7 start going through all the required preliminary checks and getting the engines up and ready to move.
So this is a pilot co-pilot sort of situation, right?
That is correct. This vessel is large enough that more than one person has to push buttons.
Okay, so is T7 my co-pilot or?
No, T7 is the astrogation.
Okay.
That he's going to plot jumps into hyperspace.
Okay.
He can fly if you want him. If you need him to co-pilot, he can. But you have another co-pilot.
Yeah. No, I mean, but yeah, we can keep him. I'll use him but I mean, if he needs to go gun, then
T7 can be the fallback.
Yeah, there we go. All right, cool. Well, I'm gonna start the mission sequence. I'm gonna start booting shit up.
Sure, it's not a problem. Now, I do want, for the purpose of dice roll practicing, I want both you and Apafa to do the necessary piloting rolls. For the primary pilot, the difficulty is a 2, and for the secondary pilot, the co-pilot, the difficulty is a 1. This will give them.
Do you know how co-piloting works?
No, I don't.
Okay, so basically the way that it works within this system is that the co-pilot rolls against a thing, and then that either increases or decreases the target number of the pilot. Okay, so the co-pilot does their thing, and then that basically allows the pilot to so I mean, like if he fails badly, then he could be screwing shit up. But if he's succeeding, then it makes everything way easier on the pilot. But so it will
Okay.
either makes it harder or easier, generally speaking, if you have a decent co-pilot, because the target numbers are only like like two purples, like a regular thing.
Right.
Depending on like two purples for like regular shit. Like easy stuff is
Which
of
is
course
what
flying.
this is.
Yeah. Well, easy stuff like taking off and flying about and whatnot is simple.
Well, let's determine if this is going to be easy for Apopha or not. Apopha, what do you normally fly?
Besides myself, it's on the planet. We kind of just scrap together whatever we can find.
So mostly surface-based crafts, atmosphere-based crafts, and stuff like that, starfighters, but nothing truly big like a freighter. That's
No, I've
5
flown a
times the size.
freighter, just not legally.
Okay, then I'll set your difficulty at a 2. So go to your character sheet, and you're going to be looking for your piloting skill.
Piloting skill.
Mm-hmm.
It's on the
piloting space, piloting planetary. Okay.
piloting space.
Piloting space.
All right.
Once you're there, you'll click on the icon for dice on the skill itself, and that'll pop up a new window. Or it's the name. Is it the name or the dice symbol?
No, on the
dice,
actual,
right?
Yeah, the dice symbols. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
It'll pop open a new window.
And so difficulty should be set to 2.
You'll see difficulty. It should be set at 2. I want you to practice this. If you right-click on that number, it goes down by 1, and if you left-click, it goes up by 1. So if you're doing a difficulty 3, you would increase that number to a 3, pretty much.
Got it.
And then once you have the difficulty set, you hit roll, and then we see the results pop up into our window over here. Bam! Check succeeded, 2 successes, but 1 threat. We're going to ignore the threat. It's not that important right now. But what does that tell? What does that tell us for Nos? Because you're flying through, getting everything set up.
Basically, if so, now it would downgrade the difficulty twice. For me, because he got 2 successes.
Which the difficulty for taking off from Asylum and flying through the nebula is a 3. So your difficulty is reduced down to a 1, because your co-pilot's really pulling a heavy load.
Yeah. All right.
Success. Fantastic. And we can lean back on those dark dice, dark results later if we really want to. But for the most part, 4 successes.
Where are you guys seeing the dice rolls?
So if you look at the upper right, there is the word bubbles on the far left of that upper right tab. Click on that.
Okay, there we are. Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah. All right. So the Lone Ranger backs out, begins to leave. Asylum reaches out to you and makes sure that, you guys are good to go, that nobody's hijacking it and everything else like that. Wish you luck on wherever you're going to. Nice paint job. As far as it goes for the people who are in the comms right now communicating to you, I think all of these are really great, but for the purpose of our bigger narrative, and then correct me if I'm wrong here, Nos. Your mother comes onto the comm.
Okay.
Right?
Hey, Ma!
And she says, I heard that you're doing some more silly... something little bit...
We're doing crime, Mom.
I heard... Are you taking Fosta with you? I've heard nothing but Fosta is doing some sort of job.
No. I've got. It's not Fosta. Okay. Well, I guess it's because of Fosta. But no. I'm thinking Ulan, his brother. Some other friends of mine.
Who is this Ulan?
Well, he's
I don't
Fosta's
know this
brother.
name.
Fosta's brother.
When did he arrive on station? Why aren't you bringing these people to see me?
Because I'm an adult, Ma. That's why.
Yes, but I'm still the person who cares for you.
Can I hit the mute on his comms?
I know.
Can I literally hit mute on the comm unit?
We gotta jump into hyperspace. So I don't think that the comms work there. So
take care of yourself, son, and don't get hurt. You are incredibly valuable to me.
I know. I promise. Well, yeah. All right, bye, Mom. Click.
Did you tell your mother about this job?
No. Why would I tell her about it?
Because she just said. And then you replied, Mom, we're going to go do crime. You told your mother we're doing a job. Did you give
Yes.
her any other operational information about this job?
Listen, trust me when I say that I don't have to give my mother any operational information. By the time that we get back, she'll know more about this job than we do. All right? That's just the way that this works.
Fat Joe steps in and says, "Actually, no. I was hanging out with my mother at his mom's place the other day, and she asked me a bunch of questions. She's really convincing."
Yeah, she's a very persuasive individual. I mean, she's a Zeltron, for fuck's sake.
When Nos looks away, Fab Joe makes figure eight kind of hand gestures and stuff to kind of accentuate the idea. I mean, you saw the image of her. She's attractive. Fab Joe is ugly. He's the typical human. He has no chance. When an attractive woman comes by and says hi to him, he's going to lose all willpower. Tack on it that she's a Zeltron, like one of those sandy cookies that just crumble in the wind.
Look, this is fine. This is all perfectly fine. That everyone, and literally their mother, knows about this job. Literally.
Again, if you can find a way to keep information from my mother, I will pay you a good amount of money.
Oh,
More than 400?
Yeah. What? Is that what he's paying
Fab Joe
you?
goes, "Wait, you're getting 400?"
Of course he's getting 400. He's worth a lot.
Oh. Son of it doesn't say anything.
Oh.
okay. Nos. You got rid of all the transponders and any other unpleasant surprises, and
Oh,
you
yeah.
went over and surveyed the Imperial Yard, right?
Yes.
Excellent. So, what sort of situation are we dealing with? Just a big warehouse on a planet? We just roll up and just take what we need? That sounds like it would be the ideal situation.
It is. Well, it's a space station, right? So it's basically it's a large amount of like cargo areas that are like separated into like pods, right?
So, not planetary based.
No, right? I am directing this at Max.
Well, I will respond not as Max, but I will respond as Docma. Yes, sort of. There's one large master station and 16, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 substations, all controlling 32 smaller sorting stations. The main station is where a large amount of ships come in and unload their cargo, and then it gets taken to one of the substations, one of the 9 substations. From the substation, it gets divided again and taken out to the sorting stations. From the sorting stations, once the cargo has been sorted, it gets brought back to the main station or left there. The freighters, and he puts his hand on the console, that we're in right now are the ones that haul cargo from the individual small stations where the cargo has been sorted and put into crates, large cargo containers. That gets taken to the large main station. And that's where people can jump out.
Wait, we can't take this from the sorting station? I'm looking for where
that's
in
the
this
idea.
entire
Like
process
we're supposed to take it from the sorting station to the basically the storage yard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
We're just
instead,
not
that's
gonna
when we
pop off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So from the
What he
sorting
said.
station.
Yeah.
For one of the sorting stations. There are 32 of them. And I don't know the storage or what is in each station because that is information that is part of the inner computer system. And until I can get there and splice in, and he looks down to T7, until T7 can do it, I won't know where things are at.
Yeah. So we
Because
need to
you
get
can do
in,
that
get
at
him,
one of the
get him into a
sorting
terminal.
stations?
Yes, we can do that at any of the terminals. From my understanding, all of their systems and subsystems are routed together and into the main station. So if we can just get to one terminal, we'll know. I will be able to figure out everything.
Fine.
Right.
Because the last thing we want is to get into one of those substations, or God forbid, the main station. It's absolutely where this plan will fall apart. So substation sounds good.
All right.
He
So-
will activate one of the nearby panels and bring up some information that T7 downloaded. He says, I agree. The main station has over 1,000 clone troopers stationed on it. That sounds like a bad place to be.
That sounds like a very bad place to be. Absolutely.
How many clone troopers
Good
are on a
question.
regular on a sorting station?
He goes, I don't know. That's only this is the information that I was able to get. That information might be different once we get there, but the main station holds 1,000 stationed clone troopers, as well as a variety assortment of officers. And he brings up basically an employee, or basically a listing of what is the information that he got as an information broker, listening to the HoloNets about the station. Number of officers, number of this, number of that. One of the things that definitely catches Ulan's attention is it says there are 4 ISB agents that work at that station. 1 ISB officer and 3 ISB agents. Do you remember what of course, everybody knows what the ISB stands for, right?
Space Nazis.
Space
Yes!
Nazis, yeah.
I hate space Nazis. And Illinois Nazis.
Missouri Nazis aren't great either. Missouri's got a
True.
lot of Nazis. I don't know why Missouri has so many Nazis.
Michigan's got a lot of them too. So
Yeah.
We have like 3 here in Florida. I think it's because of Florida's fucking crazy.
Well, yeah. Florida is kind of crazy.
Anyways.
Yeah, so anyway.
all right.
So
What?
Docma
When we
tells
get to
you that information. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
So when we get to the sorting station, we'll need you,
Yeah.
Mara, Sonova, and Fabjo, and the T7 unit to get on board, find the most valuable cargo possible, and I assume Nos will have an eye towards knowing what's most valuable. And then once we know where that is and that location, go grab it, or as much of it as we can. We can figure, 8, we said, cargo containers in this ship?
Correct. 8.
So if we can get 8 cargo containers safely, but at any point, if things start to go south, I think we should cut our losses and go.
So at 8,
We didn't guarantee
eight,
any
how
number
many-
of cargo containers.
How many can we do if we attach them to the bottom of the ship as well?
You are getting
Clamps.
into numbers that are really large, as you will be making modifications to the outside of the ship that the Ugnaughts did not make.
Oh, so it doesn't
That was
have
not
it
part of
doesn't
the
have a
discussion
magnetic
with him,
grapple
so-
on the bottom.
Correct, it does not. And so you would need to kind of design something. You have more than enough skills and capabilities to do so, and you have somebody with you who knows how to do tech, i.e. Docma. So could it happen? Yes. Is it ready? No. You're right now in hyperspace, and you have a few more days before you get there. No, I'm sorry. Yes, a little bit more than a day before you arrive at location. So
important piece
Remind
of
me
information.
again, what is Aqua?
Doctor
Say
has
again?
he's the little dude that's inside of the droid. You know the Babu Frick from
Yeah.
he's one of those guys. It's called an Azarian, is that right?
Yeah,
and
Azarians.
Zellion.
Anzelian.
Question: would he be when we land? Would he be able to ride over in his droid and connect and get some bill of lading so we can see what kind of cargo is actually on this station? So we're not
That's
just
the plan.
grabbing crates blindly.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
The biggest issue that we're running into is that we want to get we need to get lucky. You know, there's a little bit of luck. You know, finding the right station. You know?
So here, imagine it like this: it's a square. So imagine at every corner of the square, and every middle of every side of the square, there's one of these substations. And in the dead center, there is a substation. Now, between the substations, at the corners, and in the center, there are all these tiny little dots that are sorting stations. Between those sorting stations, you have freighters like this one going zip, 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 zip. And that's where you guys slide in, pretend like you're supposed to be there, land, do what you need to do. And truly, once you get to one, slice in. Can you stop? I apologize. She's being rude. Yeah, you're being rude. Once you get to one, any of them, slice in, you're going to have the whole list in front of you. That doesn't mean it's going to be easier then, but you might see something fantastic that's right there in the same station with you, or over on that station over there.
Okay,
you have
so
to make choices at that point in time.
all right. So first things first. We are going to be off the station. So Ulan, you're the only Ulan and Apafa. You guys are on ship. Okay. All right. So that means that you're the pilot and co-pilot for this vessel. If anything goes south, I am assuming that you guys keep this thing going. Mara, do you fly ships? Or are you any good with guns? I mean, I know you can blow shit up.
I got my gun. That's pretty fun to shoot. I can shoot that. Ships. I mean, I've done a little bit.
Okay.
I was like an apprentice to a pilot for like a month.
Okay. What about gunnery?
Yeah, I shot a couple things.
Okay. All right.
I'm not like an expert per se, but I've done a little bit.
Okay. All right. Well, you guys. I mean, like when we get back, obviously, if you want to take over for Ulan, well, actually, no, you man a gun. Since you can shoot one. Ulan, you can't shoot guns, right?
I don't have a gunnery skill, I don't believe.
Okay. So worst case scenario, it's going to be you and T7 piloting this thing. If we're under fire. And basically, your job is just don't run into shit and get the hyperspace.
I'll try my best.
Yeah, hyperspace coordinates like locked in and get the fuck out of here. All right, and then I'll follow. And then the two gunners, you guys just keep shit off of them. Did we put the shield generator in, right?
Yeah.
All right.
We have a new shield generator.
Good. So yeah. So I think this is gonna be great. So
Same with the rest.
little guy, do you have any piloting skills or anything like that?
No. I'm a
He
master
pilots a
droid
very
smith.
small spacecraft.
I mean, it can be in space, but only for a few hours.
Well, with you in it. Without you in it, it can be there for a while.
True.
So no skills here, gunnery, anything, slicing. Like what's your thing? I mean, I know you're a chemist, but outside of that, what do you do?
I work on droids, and I can slice, and yeah, that's it. I mean, I don't need to shoot a gun or anything because that's somebody else's job. T7 has this, and he points over to T7. It comes out with a little electroshock thingy.
Yeah, no, droids. They're not going to pay attention to you anyways.
Oh, also, I reinforced the inside of T7 with Durasteel latinum, so it's almost blaster proof.
Oh, nice. Good to know.
Very.
All right, sweet. So that's the plan. So basically, we're gonna go in. I just need to take. I just need to put on my human face, and then we'll just go in and find the shit.
All right. Well, there's no reason to beat around the bush anymore, or hide in the bush. I'm going to ask you a couple of quick questions. thinking about this square-shaped pattern that the entirety of all these stations are laid out in, and where the main station is laid out in, where would you like to come out of hyperspace at? Because you don't have to just pop over by the main station. You can go anywhere you want to. There are no roads in outer space.
I
We
am
are
going.
down the
I'm going to
road.
follow my gut. My gut's almost always right. So, and then make a thing. So I leave that to you.
All right, your gut is telling you that the best place to come in at is one of the back sides. You're not really sure which one that is, but you feel like coming in at either the back side to the left or the back side to the right, farthest away from the station, looks good. And after staring at the map that Docma does provide, you realize that one of those relay setups where the substation sits between, and then there's the small sorting stations, on the far, we'll call it the northwestern side, there are 3 sorting stations instead of the 4 that you would expect. The space where there's supposed to be a sorting station, and you would not see this thing if you did not stare at this map long enough.
Okay.
That sorting station is just gone. His map does not have it at all. When you question him over it, he says this was information dug out from the HoloNet, so this was straight from the source as far as he could tell.
I'm just saying.
So you
I bet there's a station there. I bet that's where the good shit's at.
And so that means if there is a station there and that's where the good shit is at, even though it's not on this map, that's probably going to be more heavily guarded than on the other side.
Yeah.
There's also no way to know how many guards.
Also
So
true.
the safest bet is to jump away from the hidden spot, that invisible station.
Listen.
And so that's your choice. All right. There's no
leave
necessary dice rolls. Go ahead.
Leave it to the crew. What do you guys think?
I mean,
Well-
not flying directly into a bunch of armed space Nazis is probably my pick.
You don't know
But
what you
that's
don't
just
know.
me.
But
So
listen, just
Greed is the undoing of many a person.
yes.
Don't go for the top level. Go for one level below the top level.
Yeah, they
If
won't
we
expect
grab the
that.
golden ring, that's going to bite us in the ass.
Yeah, because rich people always, because my family has credits. They like to pay the most attention to the most fancy shiny stuff. But if it's like mid range, it's like the middle child. You know?
Okay. I mean, I'm an only child, so.
So I'm going to attempt
Well, it
to use
means they ignore it.
negotiation because Nas seems to be going. He wants to go for the brass ring. Can I attempt to negotiate with him to go for the second most?
Don't go for the highest fruit or the lowest hanging fruit. Go for the fruit that's a little bit above the ground.
Listen, I
Is
just
that
say
what you said?
I say we just put it to a vote. You know what I mean? Like we got, you know,
All right. So,
5 of us.
who votes for the cool invisible treasure? Raise your hand. And
Well,
we got
hold on.
2.
How far apart are they?
Physically, they are about I'd say about a quarter of a light year apart. No, not even that much. A tenth of a light year apart. So it would take this vessel roughly about 5.5, maybe 6 minutes to fly at full capacity to the other side where it's located at. So if you pop in on the other side and then swoop in, you're talking like 6 whole minutes of getting from one side of this yard, we'll call it, this salvage yard, to the other. 6 minutes of flying right next to Imperial troops, Imperial ships, Imperial controlled space. 6 minutes of no hyperspace, 6 minutes of no shields, 6 minutes of tiny little buttholes as you're clinching, going, please don't fucking determine we're not supposed to be here. I mean, that's
So-
only 6 minutes, right?
So is that between
No, so what is
two of the nodes in one station? Like what's
So
the
if you
distance
popped
between
in
two
from-
nodes?
The distance between two substations
Yeah.
is roughly going to take you about 6 minutes of flight time.
Okay, but what
If you
about
cut in any other direction, it's going to be less. If you cut across a long ways for this squared shaped yard, it'll take longer. But from the middle of one side to the middle of the other side, 6 minutes.
Okay. So the 3 node and the 4 node are 6 minutes apart. Right?
Depends on where you pop in at. Again,
Yeah. So what I'm
pick up
asking,
one of your dice.
so
Go
what
ahead.
I'm asking is
Uh-huh.
at the 3 node, okay? If we pop in
Yeah.
where there should be another one of those stations there, if we just go to the one to the left, to the, so if we go to 3
Oh,
instead
between
of 4,
those nodes,
yeah, I imagine we could see them, right?
it's less than a minute to fly from one to the other, like at a casual pace.
Okay.
Yes, you popped in. If you popped into the one beside it, then yes, it would be one of those moments of like, oh hey, there it is right there.
Yeah.
Less than 30 seconds to like a full minute's worth of time to reroute and head toward that one that was not on the map.
Right. So my thought is if we pop in somewhere in the middle of it, explaining, if anybody even notices, we explain that, oh, sorry, the Navi computer was off a little bit. We can at least get a look at what the defenses are of that sort of thing. I imagine it would have a larger ship presence if it's something important. Thoughts?
No,
I'm just
Again,
saying.
If we,
I-
if we
it's
land on the
heavily
one next
armed.
to,
It's not on a map. They don't want people there.
I know.
We probably won't be able to find the
that's
manifest
why
when we
we
splice
want to
in.
go there.
That's
Maybe
why-
this is why all of your jobs seem to go south. I think I found your
Yes.
problem.
Yes, but
Greed.
I'm still here and I'm alive. What do you mean?
Yes,
Not
you're
dead.
alive and you're here until the time that
Team-
you are not.
I am team not dead. Who's with me?
Question:
Okay.
Are there other frigaters? Are there other vessels if we land on the one that is not the one that's hidden?
Oh,
Is there other?
Potentially.
I'm feeling this.
So
I say we
the
land
tiny
safe.
guy will tell you that there are a total of 50 of these frigate ships that are listed on the roster. And he has programmed in one of the 50 ships with the number, one of the 50 ships that he found with this number. So this number that he has matches one of those 50 ships. It's not a duplicate. He's added it into their system because he's got those skills. Once you show up, and by the way, when he got these numbers, there's a period of time before they get recycled. And right now, in game, you guys are going to get there and have 3 days, if I remember correctly, 1, 2, 3, 3 days to loot and move. You don't have 1 day, 1 hour, 3 days of relaxation and sorting through all the shit you want.
Assuming
As long as you don't get caught.
Yeah, that we avoid any fuckery.
I'd like to, count our time in this job in hours and not in days.
I would like to.
Hours, literally.
Yeah.
Every hour past what we need is a danger to us.
But what you're saying, Apatha, if I get and correct me if I'm wrong, is that if we land in a location somebody else has landed in, we could steal their ship.
Especially
What?
if we know where it's going.
Well, all I'm saying is that we can take out the crew. We have 2 ships worth of cargo then. Just saying.
You know?
This
Just
is
saying.
a robbery, not a hijacking. You're talking about hijacking an
What?
imperial.
So in Huttese he says "Por qué no las dos?" So.
Yeah. What if I wanted to rob a ship?
Yeah,
I don't have a ship. He's got a ship. What if I want one?
I'm just saying.
That wasn't part of the negotiations for your contract. Nowhere here does it say you get a ship.
He didn't.
We're
Did you
stealing
sign a
their
I didn't
contract?
cargo.
even read that.
Did you sign a contract?
Yes.
To
Well,
be
I
fair,
put your finger here on the data pad while you were
I didn't
passed
even
out.
read that.
So,
Fat Joe goes, "You got a contract?"
no, there's no contract there's no stealing ships. We're not
See,
stealing
there's
ships.
no contract.
We're
If there's no
taking cargo.
contract, that means I can steal a ship.
All right, listen. I'm just saying we will proceed as if the job is what it is. Opportunities, as I have found in my life, tend to happen. And if you do not seize that opportunity, then, your life is just not worth living.
I agree. However, in this situation, it seems really dangerous to go the extra mile. Also, I mean, I don't really need the money.
Well, yeah.
The
okay,
person
who
that
blows
means
things
that
up
means
is
you don't
making
get a
the most
vote,
sense.
right? The rest of us need the money, all right? So you're an abstaining vote, okay? At this point in time.
What? No.
I mean, I don't want to die either.
Yes.
Yeah,
I would-
I'm
not
very
I would
much
very
on
much-
on this.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
I agree. However, let's.
Okay, what about this?
Okay.
What if, as a contingency, we steal a ship but don't take it? We load it with mines as a distraction.
Ooh, hey, and then we could take out that one station.
What?
The big.
What are you
bad
talking
station.
about? Take out? No.
Wouldn't
There
that
was a
kind of
thought
turn
there.
the whole thing on lockdown?
No.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, once we're done,
You only know what you don't know.
yeah. I'm just saying.
No.
We'll
The
make.
squirrel had an idea. The squirrel has an idea, but let's leave that as a fallback position in case we need to make a loud noise and then vanish.
Right. So.
But again,
Like
only
magic.
as a callback.
And here's the
I
thing,
can do
Mara.
magic tricks too.
Here's the thing, Mara.
Like,
Then you get to. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's really good at them. Then you get to blow some shit up, and I know how much you like doing that.
Yeah, but I don't want to risk my life blowing things up just to blow things up. I do enjoy it, but I enjoy it in a safe way.
All right. So anyway, my point is this: I say we've got 3 days, right? We got 3 days, and so
Pop in near the blanked out one.
I
Do your
say
thing.
we find a small moon, okay, somewhere close by, okay. And
Wait, we're not landing.
I'm just saying we don't have to do all of this at one time. I mean, what if we go in, hit it, take some stuff off, deposit, come back, boom, back, boom.
But the
until-
more we go there, wouldn't that make them more suspicious? Or at least they would.
you don't want to
The
bury
longer
a bone
we
and keep
spend
dying.
there, like the more time we spend there, the more chance they have of remembering what they look like. You're fine. You're wearing a disguise. I'm not.
Well, you're a human.
I don't have a disguise.
Yeah, but you're a human.
I don't want the Empire to know my face.
Oh, you listen.
I
You
might
don't
get in a
have
lot of
any
trouble for
idea
that.
how many trillion people there are in this galaxy that look just like you.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it might be really bad if I get noticed. Definitely
I'll
wouldn't
make
be
you
able
a
to go
deal,
on adventures
Mouse.
anymore.
Yeah.
I'll make you a deal.
I like deals.
Right? Very simple. We go in, we get what we can at one of the substations without risking going to the one that isn't on the map. All right? Half a day, 8 cargo containers. We jump, meet our client, right? And once that transaction's done, the ship is yours. You can go back, and you and your squirrel friend can attempt the bigger heist. And I want no part
Oh,
of
I
it.
like that one. I like that.
Mara can decide, the thugs can decide, but
It's a
8
several.
cargo
It's a several.
containers
The,
is
the
the
codes
job.
aren't good. The codes aren't good. This is why we have to pick someplace close. You know, Like it takes 3
We
days to
have
get
3
here.
days for the codes to work.
Yeah, and it takes several days to get
Do
here,
we
right?
know anything about the logistics of the station? Do we know the routes they take or what?
No,
What?
all of that stuff is saved on the internal computer. The small alien Document will tell you, and that's why he needs to get on one of the stations. Because once he has that, he can be able to tell you everything: where they're going, when, how, and what. How many people are on a location?
If it's less than 30 seconds to another station, let's land somewhere. Doesn't
That's what
matter
I'm saying.
where.
I say we land within that node, the important node.
Right, and
And
that will draw extra scrutiny and attention to us.
Yeah, but the possibility of the great payout is the great payout.
And the possibility of death is also on the table.
Yeah.
But
Or at
Imperial
least
learn
higher.
more.
is
If
not
we
what we
learn
wish.
more about the station, the risk factor goes down no matter what we're doing.
See, the squirrel knows.
Hey, listen, this is why I put it to a vote.
We jump to a non-critical node. We get the T7 on board. We find what we can, but 8 cargo containers is the job. If you find
but
out
they can
information on the
from the
secret
place.
substation, wonderful. But 8 containers is the job.
Okay.
And again, the ship will be yours to return
Yeah.
or try something else, as long as my particularly
No. Okay.
glorious tendrils are
It's fine.
safe.
It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. All right. Yeah, you got it. You win.
Now, Nos, there's a good thing about this and a bad thing about this. You're supposed to meet the client back at Asylum. That's a day back. You'll lose a whole day worth of time going back and almost a whole day coming back this way. There are nearby stations you can change the meet point at.
What if we pause this vote until we land on a non-critical place and learn more about the station? Because there's nothing stopping us from lifting off and flying to another substation.
Unless we're uncovered immediately.
Yeah. Well.
So again, just to make sure
I'd like to not be that pessimistic.
There's the main station, there are substations, and then there are sorting stations. There are a lot of sorting stations. A substation is at critical points in the layout of this square, and ships go from the main station to a substation to a sorting station and then back to the main station. That is the circle at which they make. That's what.
So one of the sorting stations is where we want to be. It's the least probably guarded.
Correct. That is a good assumption. The Docma will agree with that one because the substations and the main station.
I know. I agree. We're going to one of the sorting stations, but you guys decide which one you want.
Sorting station.
There are
not
4
one substation that's not hidden that's not concealed for obvious reasons of extra security and death.
Well, the closest one to that station.
I agree. Closest one to that station.
Which station? The closest one
Yes,
to the hidden
the closest sorting station to the one that is shiny.
Okay, yeah, not a problem. Based upon its position in the whole chain, you have a lot of options to land or pop in nearby. Okay. I'm not going to worry about too many of the details. And it's not it's not a sorting station that is on the edge. It is one row in from the edge. And so you're going to be coming in and popping in underneath or above or beside, because you can't pop in too close, but you can make it happen to where you appear appropriately. So we're going to assume you've looked at some of the pictures, you and Docma talk about everything, and you realize kind of like how to angle it. And so as you're coming in and you get out of warp and then you get ready to jump back into warp, heading straight to where you need to be, and the T7's doing all the necessary calculations, the ship makes the jump and you're heading for that last moment. The hyperspace blends in front of you, and it's going to be less than 5 minutes of hyperspace as you've put in these coordinates. Near one of the sorting stations, that is near this blank spot. And so the ship begins hurtling through space. Diagnostics are quickly run on all necessary subsystems, and they come up pristine clean. Do you tell anyone to prepare to do anything once you guys hop out of hyperspace? Like, hey, Apopha, get ready on shields, or something like that.
Basically, be ready to pop up shields and stuff like that. If anybody has any communications background, I'd like to have somebody pretending to be. Oh, Ulan, you're literal. You could like pretend like you're Imperial, all right, and you are going to be on comms, all right,
Absolutely.
and then uh, um, Mara, just like be ready to gun if you need to, all right.
All of y'all
Okay.
had to put on uniforms by this point in time if you're
Yeah.
going to be leaving the ship.
Yeah,
So
and
Fab, Joe, Sonova, Nos, and Mara have all buttoned up and put their uniforms together. Does anyone have disguise skill?
that is skullduggery.
Does anyone have skullduggery?
Oh, then me.
Fantastic. All right. You have not seen an Imperial uniform in a hot minute, so they might have changed. The difficulty is going to be 2, but it's also going to be a challenge of 1.
All
Oh.
right.
Yeah, I very much failed that.
Oh my goodness. So as you're sitting there putting the uniform on and you're watching other people put their uniforms on, you realize that you feel pretty confident about the way you put yours on, but you're looking at everybody else's and you don't think they're doing it right. You understand
no.
that there's a particular way, but this seems to be a problem, and you are less than 2 minutes away from coming out of hyperspace, an Imperial-laden location. What do you want to do?
That is a good question. So I know that like I'm putting it on correctly, but nobody else is putting it on correctly.
You feel that you are, but you're not sure. Because when you look at what everybody else is doing, you're like, oh, well, that's wrong. Wait, did I do this right? Oh, man, does this go on this side or that side? And where does this little guy go? And you realize it's been a hot minute since you've seen an Imperial uniform. And some of the pieces that you've got here are not something you're familiar with.
I guess just to go for uniformity, I'll do what everybody else is doing because I'm not sure, and I'm like, well,
there are 4 people, and all 4 people are doing it differently.
Oh, they're all different. Oh, okay. I thought you meant I was different, and then from everybody else.
All right, Nos, you get to make a skullduggery roll. Remember, it's a challenge of 1 and a difficulty of 2. Because it's been a hot minute since you've seen any Imperial uniforms.
All right.
Yeah, I'll just guess.
Ooh.
Again, when you're done, Nos, you're like, bam! And all his metal stuff and whatnot are on one side. Everything. And you know one of those goes on the collar. You just don't remember which. Because when you did it last, when you saw one, they only had 1 thing. Now there's 2. And how come he has 3 things? And how come you have 2 things and he has 1 and he has 1, you know? So your uniform setup seems to have more in it, Mara, than everyone else's.
I'm just gonna guess and use my best judgment. I'm like, I think this is what it looks like. And
So
I'll put like
that doesn't sound like skullduggery to me.
No, that
Do you
would
want
be...
to use a different skill?
Wait,
well then, worlds would
okay,
do it.
what kind of skullduggery would be used in this situation?
Well, that's just the disguise skill. You know, skullduggery is kind of like disguising yourself as a thing. No.
Everyone ready to go down there? Is everything good to go? No problems to report?
Because she'd probably just be racking her brain and kind of panicking if she doesn't really remember, and it's like getting close to it, and she doesn't want to get arrested.
Does anybody? Does anybody know any? Hey, do you know anything about the? Do you know anything about the core? You know, like.
Of course I do.
I need to know. Is this right? And I snap a photo, or a holo.
Okay. Would it be lore or core worlds or?
which you tell me what skill you think is going to be appropriate and how.
Lore.
So, Core Worlds, fantastic. I'm going to set it at a difficulty 3 to tell Nos how wrong he is about his setup, because Core Worlds would definitely be a good skill to select.
Okay. So difficulty of 3.
Yes.
Okay.
Because you've been on Coruscant recently. You've seen their wacky to do new uniforms and tiny little
Yeah, I would
blue
think
and
that I
red
could
buttons and
just,
stuff.
search this on the networks of these
No,
these
that's
things.
not. No, that's not going to pop up during hyperspace.
Of course.
So you're looking at you don't have the answer, but somewhere in your guts you're feeling it's wrong. Because you know they
I don't
don't all
think
go on
all of
one
that
side.
goes on. I don't even think that goes. Isn't there like a symmetrical thing for you humans? I mean, I come from somewhat asymmetrical people, but I sort of thought
What about
the
her?
bits go.
She got it. What about the other two? What do the other two know anything?
Who, Fab Joe and
Yeah.
Sadova?
Yeah.
Yeah, they can make some dice rolls here real quick. 1 second.
I'm bombing out so badly.
What's that?
All right, there is Fab Joe.
It's got so bad.
And here's Sadova.
Oh.
Hey,
So-
he knows something.
Sadova turns and looks at everybody, and he's just like, what are you guys doing? Are you? Because Sadova is the one who's actually got blaster experience. He's like, no, your weapon goes on your side on this, and so he's trying to negotiate, and then all of a sudden, exiting warp in 30 seconds.
Okay. All right. Well,
So there's a mad scramble.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, a bad scramble to make my.
Lead.
Yeah. Just like stabbing myself with the ends of the pins, trying to get them all in.
And he points at you because he doesn't know any better. He just knows what they look like. He says, "You have higher rank than the rest of us."
Me?
Pointing at Mara.
Oh, Mara.
Okay.
And
shit.
he's like, they go here, and he's trying to help. But then all of a sudden, the hyperspace visage in front of the vessel stretches down from those brilliant white hot lines into nothing but fine pinpoints. Filling the area in front of you guys is a plane of black and gray stations, creating on the horizon this flat object that consumes a large portion of space in front of you. The vessel you are heading toward, the station you're heading toward, is about 10 times the size of this frigate, maybe even greater. So you are insignificant little ants in compared to the size of this sorting station. The substation, which is not far away, is huge. And you can see in the distance the other substations, and then in the great distance, mostly just the silhouettes of light and whatnot, you can see the traffic of other vessels around the large main station far in the distance, because you have popped in on a side of which is definitely away from that main station. But as you're coming out, and again, position ourselves like we are in the ship, to your right is where that blank spot is supposed to be. Follow me so far? And so as you come out of warp, heading toward this station, you are about midway on it, and you can see the docking bays in front of you. The one in front of you has no ships docked to it. The one across from it, because it has a shoot-through docking bay, has one of the freighters there. So, as you are moving through this area, your ship's microsensors begin detecting micro collisions. When you look out the actual windows toward where the invisible station is, there is a burnt, molten metal husk of twisted metal, twisting and spiraling in this strange pattern. There are several small ships that are clinging to it with lights, cutting it apart and doing a variety of things. But it looks like that station, in its totality, was ripped apart from the inside.
Well then, decision
Somebody
made
already
for us.
blew it up.
Yeah. So that's good for us. That means if there was anything on its way, it's gone to one of these three.
Possibly.
The comms become alive, and right after Ulan says something, it's like, Unit ZO456, ZO456, come in.
ZO456, over.
You have made a miscalculation. You're not supposed to hit here. You're supposed to hit substation. We don't have you in this rotation yet.
Absolutely. But, while we're so close, we might as well pick up a load and get it off the substation. Can I use
Roger
deception?
Yeah, sure. Actually, no, that's right. That's a good thing to do. Do a deception.
Okay. Just a regular difficulty, or?
No, they totally believe you who you are because T7 is over there going boop, 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 doing its job. And right now, the codes are working.
Excellent. Let's bring it into the loading dock and park away from the other freighter.
All right, make that deception roll. It's a 1. It's just a 1. There's nothing about this. You did pop in, you warped to a different location, and this field is very large. So warping from one place to another must be somewhat typical because otherwise it could take several minutes to move around. So, and it costs gas. Maybe you're not sure how this is going to fly out, but let's see how your dice roll looks. Ah, fantastic.
Oh, Jesus.
Nice.
Yeah.
So we'll follow that thread up with the officer who's on the comm going, listen, I get it. You guys want to get done with your shift or whatever it is, but that field of debris over there is incredibly dangerous to be jumping nearby. When you land, I'm going to have a talk with your pilot about being that reckless. This is an Imperial vessel, not your toy.
Understood.
Oh.
I appreciate your compliance. I'd like you to land in 2 and go ahead and set down. We'll get you a roster set up, and we'll get you the maintenance droid. Sorry, what were they called? Calculator droid. We'll get you the calculator droid out in just a minute.
Understood. I'm going to try and fly casually.
At this point in time, the autopilot will kick in, and you just tell it where you're supposed to go because it tells you there are 4 loading bays, and bay number 3 is already full. So you just tell it number 2, and it auto drifts into the location. The ship folds out, it folds up its wings, all sorts of stuff. The brilliantly lit docking bay, you pass through the shielding, and as you do so, you see clone troopers, 6 of them. They're currently in the bay, and they're assisting with something. Crates, open, stuff on the ground, barrels of stuff. This is a lot going on as the ship's coming into land. Lots of things scattered about here. These containers, and you see Imperial officers or troopers walking around. Not actual stormtroopers or clone troopers, like just guys in uniforms and guys in brown jumpsuits to do the normal run-of-the-mill tasks. And as the ship's landing and the autopilot is doing its routine of like shutting things down and letting the landing gangplank lower, you see a bronzish colored droid, anthropomorphic human-shaped droid walking toward. It carries with it a data slate and a transponder that is hooked to the data slate. And you recognize it as a calculator droid. These guys are pretty much just walking computers.
Okay.
The sound of the engines hissing, the droops, the clone troopers outside talking. What goes in this container? What's going? And like, what is everyone feeling at this point in time? Because you just landed inside an Imperial base. We'll start with Apotha.
I am frantically trying to finish the flask that I have in my hand while also figuring out how I'm going to look as normal as possible if they try to talk to me.
Okay, so a little bit of tension, a little bit of stress there, right? You're making sure to wash that back with some liquid courage. You look over to make sure all the weapon systems are back in concealed mode, and they are, but it would take nanoseconds to flip the button, push it, and just start opening fire, taking out clone troopers. Right now, you're ready. Shields, weapons, let's go. But you're staying calm. Your nerves are strong. Nos, you stick out, but you are definitely working to not look so. And so with this uniform, and I'm assuming some of your mom's foundation.
Yeah. I've
put all over your face
for enough. I know how to do makeup. I used to do her makeup when I was a kid. So
exactly.
So yeah,
you look
humanish. So yeah,
you look humanish.
Yeah. Make sure that I have the hat covering up the very tiny horns that I have.
Yep. And so you're down in the bay, the gangplank is slowly lowering, and as it's doing so, you see this bronze-colored droid walking toward the ship. But what you, Nos, and you, Mara, and Sonova, and Fabjo see right in front of you, 3 clone troopers in full armor and carrying blaster rifles. They're currently directing people. They don't have their blaster rifles out. It's just on their back or a pistol on their hip, but they're there. The people that the Empire used to wage war against the Separatists. These guys were shoot first, shoot second, and shoot some more before asking any questions. They had a very strong take no prisoner mentality.
All right. Well,
Mara, what are you feeling?
Mara is, she's a little stressed out.
Yeah, you don't even know if the uniforms are right. You're looking at Fabjo,
exactly.
And you don't know where this guy learned anything.
And she's like, I'm supposed to be high ranking. What does that mean? Do I have to order people around? Do I look old enough? She's like 21.
I'll help. Don't worry.
She's like, do I need the accent?
Sure.
They all have like this huffy accent. Am I supposed to sound like that? Do they do that on purpose, or do they just find people that sound like that?
Are you good at it?
I don't know.
Acting's not something I've done yet.
No.
All right, so
it's on my
now
list.
We're going to segue over to Ulan. As you 3, 4 are having your little moment of crisis, Ulan, you are in the bridge at this point in time. The only person here with you right now is nobody. Not even Dokma. They all left. It's just you here. And somewhere in this vessel near the guns is that little alien that you hope knows how to shoot, the one that dropped the landmines everywhere. And then you've landed here. You landed next to the thing. It wasn't even there. It's nothing but debris at this point in time. And your skin is not the same color as those humans out there. And so you're looking around, and your heart almost rises for a moment. Their vessel, the other frigate, it has no weapons on it. You know the Ugnaughts disguised weapons on this vessel, but you're looking over there. The only thing that frigate has over there is some sort of ion pulse generator on the front end, just like yours does. It's got no weapons. That brings your heart up just a little bit, because if it was a situation, you guys are armed and dangerous. They're not. You don't remember seeing weapons on the station either as you were coming in. But there are stormtroopers, clone troopers right down there. There's only 6 of them. And as you're thinking, as the logical businessman you are, well, this might be, your brain kicks in and says, no, put the brakes on. This is still an Imperial space station. So how's Ulan feeling?
Once the calculator droid is on board, close the ramp. We have 6 total clone troopers here. Maybe we can wait a few minutes and they'll move on. Mara, do you think you can keep the calculator bot busy in some way, shape, or form? Just answer any questions it has.
Okay. Sure.
Let's see if we can just wait out the clone troopers. All right? We're just a freighter.
I don't think we have to worry about them. They're just doing their job.
Uh-huh. Let's just see if we can wait them out. Once the calculator droid's on board, raise the ramp. See if we can answer any questions that it has. Because if we can avoid all contact, that would be perfect.
Dokma says from inside T7,
Mara,
I can make it look like a malfunction on the lift.
Graveyard. Yep.
Yep.
That
Let's
is
do
a
that.
brilliant idea, you little person.
Okay, 1 second. And the T7, which was sitting nearby, turns around and rolls over to one of the locations into the ship and plugs in.
I'm literally live.
As he rolls over and he plugs in, he immediately comes through the comms and says, Apatha, I need you to completely reroute the power from the gunnery stations or the life support, one of the two, and I need you to put it into the shields and the mechanical systems. Can you do that?
And then I immediately just start working. I don't even respond. I just start working.
Fantastic. All right, so with a difficulty of 3, I would like you to make a mechanics roll.
Mm-hmm. Where's mechanic? There it is.
Okay, fantastic. It doesn't take you long. You make some reroutes and whatnot. As the droid is moving toward walking, he does not walk like other droids. He actually has bending knees and stuff, in which fashion that looks C-3PO look like he is the last guy to ever be able to cross the finish line in a race. And as he's moving forward, the gameplay goes up, goes back down, but when it goes down, there's a massive pow of a spark sprays out of a nearby conduit of some type, and there's a stop. Everybody stops, and they look over. The droid moves forward. It looks like you might have suffered some damage coming through the debris field.
Yeah.
Is it safe?
Oh, it should be fine. It should be fine. We'll get on that door. Don't worry about it.
Understood. And the droid continues to move forward. One of the clone troopers, who is very eager to find out why that just happened, walks over and starts looking at the vessel inquisitively, getting maybe about 10 meters away as he's like looking left and looking right at the vessel. Anybody want to do anything as the droid is walking up the ramp? Say anything, do anything, or just stand there?
I'll get
casually.
over comms. Go. Sorry about that. We did suffer some damage coming in through the debris field. Our apologies. We're on it now.
Okay. You hear a response from the station's manager, chief, and he says, understood. The debris field is a dangerous thing to be flying through. Are you the pilot responsible for those shenanigans?
Yes, I am.
That was unacceptable. Light jumping this close, short jumps like that are dangerous, and I will be speaking to your superior. And then you hear...
Oh, man. Oh, no.
I say, well, my superior is actually the one that ordered. He said that we're on a schedule, so make up time wherever I can. I apologize. I didn't realize.
And what is his name and designation? What is his name and designation?
Hold on, he's new. And
new?
I'm gonna transfer, and I'm gonna go over to the T unit and go.
He will, as he's plugged in, he unplugs. He goes, I can't make up names and designations. I need to get out there.
Find one.
Find one? I can't just find one. There's nothing in this logs of this ship. I need to get off this ship. The droid is coming up at this point in time, and as the gate makes another pop and starts to close, the clone troopers don't react. They don't draw guns or nothing. They just watch. The one nearby watches. The other ones aren't watching. They could give two shits. They've seen a broken freighter before. This one's just kind of curious about something. Meanwhile, the droid who's coming up the ramp, the calculator, is just like, whoa! He stumbles for a minute, then literally falls face first. And what's in his back? A splicing port. And that's when T7 says, there! So as the gate's coming closed and the droids fall into the ground, the splicer unit comes out. Splicers don't point down easily, so somebody's going to have to give the little guy a hand.
Yeah, I'll tilt the droid.
No, you pull it off. As you start telling me, no, pull it off. It comes off.
All right. I'm gonna
So you
throw
reach
it in.
out, grab, and pull it off, and then do what?
I insert into the splicing cord.
Stab it into the droid. The droid begins complaining about abrupt and unacceptable interference.
Cut it up.
This is you can't be doing this. And as you stab it in, the little cord that runs back, the splicer begins going back and forth, and then little bits shoot out from the splicer, and the droid goes and falls unconscious.
Name.
For what droids can.
I need a name. I need a name.
He says, and he comes back and says, Captain CISO. I'll copy his full name over. Copy, and I'll put it into our little chat, and that way you can see it. And since I'm making this up on the go, I'll go ahead and slam him into my villains folder.
All right.
Captain CISO.
All right.
First name is, of course, Talfus.
Talfus CISO. Captain CISO? His designation is, and I give the designation.
You read one off.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry. Like I said,
all right. The guy says,
as far as I know, he's a transfer. I'm also pretty new, sir. I apologize. You know, this is a large job. They needed as many pilots as they could.
You need to take more responsibility for your actions, and if your commanding officer is telling you to engage in terrible actions like that, you should make greater efforts to report him. I am going to reach out to the ISB and make sure that they know this Captain CISO is making poor choices. All right, so
I understand. I apologize again, sir. Maybe we get back to the operation.
So who hasn't rolled a dice yet? Everybody's pretty much rolled the dice, right?
Yeah, I think we all have.
All right, so I'm going to pick on somebody. Let's see. I shall pick on Ulan. Ulan, you have dice near you on your computer desk. I know you do. I want you to pick up a D6.
Gotcha.
I want you to roll, and if you get a 6, the splicing goes bad. If you roll a 1, the splicing goes good.
Okay.
Everything else, the splicing happens as normal.
3.
3, fantastic. Nothing happens to the droid. He is now unconscious, and T7 is currently running through all the necessary things that this calculator droid would need to do. And he's working to erase his memory of what's happening right now. T7 says, pull the splicer out, and when you do, he drags it back into his continents and says, all right, this droid doesn't have a lot of information, but this droid does not have a lot of good information. It's not hooked up to the database. I need to still get outside the ship if you want me to get all of the information. But what I do have is the fact that the codes will be changing in 2 days, not 1. And so our code that we use to get here and are currently using, we only have 56 hours left before they do the next rotation of codes. I need to get into the system and make a lot of changes if we're going to get a new set of codes for this vessel. Otherwise, we have 56 hours before trouble starts.
Okay. I think that should be plenty of time.
I feel like that's more than enough time.
Yeah, so just have him speak to him and have him take you to the sorting whatever thing.
Can we wait? Give a wait down there to see if the clone troopers go away. Like give it 10, 15 minutes.
You can do whatever you want. So you want to tell them, the guys, to just hang out and
Just
wait?
hold off on leaving if you have the information you need. Let's give it 10, 15 minutes because we don't want to be undone by idle chit chat.
Okay. So you guys help the calculator droid back up to its feet.
Whoa,
And it says,
took a spill there.
That ramp is dangerous and should not be we should not use that for mobility. I am capable of handling stairs. We should use those instead.
Okay. Sounds good.
I'm aware that my fall actually caused damage to my databanks. I have a missing block of time.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Do you need to talk about it?
I do not need therapy.
Okay, good.
But I do need to make sure that this vessel is ready to receive cargo. I have only a few things to do. And he waves his little rod that he's got in his hand, and he points at the nearby port, and he heads over to it, the one that T7 was just in. He plugs in, pushes some buttons, clears it back out. Excellent. Walks back over to you guys. It looks like you are actually at the wrong station. You're supposed to be and he mentions the station next to you guys where you're supposed to be at. And he says, but due to the damage of your platform, you cannot leave at this point in time. Here's a manifest of all the cargo containers you're supposed to be picking up. And he hands you a pre-designated list of 8 containers. Okay. All it says is their numbers and whatnot, but not what's in them.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna make sure
that this is. Go ahead.
Make sure that the T7 has the information, and if these clone troopers move on, then we'll go begin the process.
All right. Lowering the stairs and allowing the calculator droid to step out and head on his way. It takes maybe about 2 minutes or so before the clone troopers begin to disperse. The one who is staring at you guys did stop staring after a period of time, but not before getting eye contact from Ulan in the front cargo the pilot's bay. As you're kind of like leaned out to look, he's looking up at you, and he does like this.
Kind of lean back to you.
And then he walks off. You've seen or heard, but basically everybody knows when a clone trooper does like this, they're turning on and off their comm. So as he turned to walk away, he does this, and he's looking, and somebody turns and looks, and so they're talking to each other. And then they turn and they head off in their direction of a small vessel. It looks like a runabout of some type. Minutes are passing. The calculator droid has left. The clone troopers are loading up in this small runabout.
Clone troopers will be gone in about a minute.
Okay.
Get ready to go.
Begins picking up. It rotates and rotates and rotates and finally leaves the other side and begins heading to the next station in line to do whatever it is that they're going to do.
We'll go down the ramp, and then in about 2 minutes or so, 3 minutes, go ahead and lower the ramp so they don't get suspicious that we've popped off at the exact time that the troopers did.
Sure. The ramp lowers. This time, no sparks, no strange events. T7 calls back up to Pafo and says, reroute the power back to necessary systems. And so you do, and it's done. And everything works normal as you guys head down the ramp. You're in the bay. There's about 12 cargo containers here. 4 of them are open. The one that you can see open, hundreds of battle droid B1 and B2s in a variety of disarrays. Different containers strapped together, piled up, bits of droids. Just one container of droids. Hundreds of them.
All right.
Of course, T7's response to seeing that is, kind of like this, oh my goodness response. And the other container that's open, a variety of things from Durasteel sheeting to some sort of communication devices. Big ones, too. Starship size. Not giant starships, maybe not a medium size. Something maybe this freighter would use.
Right.
Definitely does not look Imperial, though.
Okay.
But the other 10 containers that are closed, they are stacked in different directions. There are repulsor lift specific droids going over to these containers, picking them up, bringing them over, taking them off their stack, moving over to the freighters, and then riding them up into the freighter. Okay. And then after they set them down, they come back out to do it again.
All right, so I'm going to have...
That seems to be the Orders operation.
I'm going to send the T7 over to check in somewhere. And
all right.
Get information.
What are the other 4 of you doing?
And just basically milling about. Is there anybody else that's doing stuff here that looks like us?
Yes, there are other officers or enlisted members, but a good number of people here are in brown jumpsuits.
Okay, so if we see
you see that they are standing Go ahead.
If we see an officer, how does he got his stuff on?
Oh, okay. So do you want to saunter over to see one? Because do you have macro goggles or something?
I don't. But does anybody else?
I mean, the
I
ship
don't
would
think
have
so.
some sort
Yeah,
of
the ship.
visual.
Yeah, I'll get back to the ship and go. Hey, can magnify in on one of these guys and figure out how the configuration of the suits are, because I think we fucked them up.
All right. If I can get an external camera
Yeah.
and zoom in.
Yeah. All right. So you begin relaying the information. And Ulan, this is what you see from above as you're looking down at your friends who are just barely outside the front of the ship. They're all hanging out. The four of them are hanging out front. All the T. Did the T7 go by himself?
Yes.
Okay, so the four of you are just sitting outside the freighter at this point in time, and when you begin relaying the information, you see their arms start making motions and gestures and stuff, so you get the idea that they're like listening. Oh yeah, no, this needs to go here, and they're making necessary changes. Even Fab Joe screwed up, but they had it close enough. As they're playing this weird form of patty cake with their uniforms, Ulan, a nearby elevator lift opens up, and he has to be the station manager because the way he's walking like he's got something hard and stiff shoved up his butthole, how he's quickly power walking over towards your freighter. He's not alone. There's another officer with him, and she's carrying a small data slate.
Okay.
Nas, I need you to walk in the nearest opposite direction, and then I'm going to need that ramp to be up again. So, if you can get that power surge again so that the ramp looks like it's locked up or almost all locked up, let's do that.
No, just say
So
that
you
you're
four
just
be
say,
somewhere
if
else.
they ask, just
That's
say
fine.
that you're doing maintenance.
Yep.
And yeah, and then we'll kind of wander off.
So you got, okay, Nos, you're wandering. Mara?
No, I'm pulling
I
her.
think
I'm
I'm
pulling
just
them with
like,
me, and I look at them and go, "Oh, I think it's
okay.
over this way," and then as if not like we haven't even noticed them.
So you're
I'm trying
pantomiming
to look
looking for the
important.
damage.
Mm-hmm.
And you're trying to look important. Fab Joe and Sonova will also be trying to do the same thing. Look important. Ulan, he is approaching the ship, and as he's walking, he makes a pointed finger directly at the base of the ship, so you don't know who he's pointing at, because, they've moved underneath. The door's shut. Apophis made the fake sparks shoot out again, so it's now shut. And as he's coming, you! Stop! Come here! And he's like, "What? I need to talk to you." And he's yelling at one of the four of them.
I'll walk over and leave you guys to go do your thing. All right.
All right. After being told by Ulan what it's supposed to look like, I need you to make we're gonna say a skullduggery roll,
Mm-hmm.
and its difficulty is now just 2.
Okie dokie. Boom. Boom.
Fantastic. All right. So you are very affirmed on how this is supposed to work, how it's supposed to look. You push away from everybody else and you start heading for this guy. He walks like he's pompous. He strides like he's pompous. He holds himself. His haircut even says, "I'm pompous." It looks like he puts a bowl on his head and just goes around. Everything is sharp about him. He comes over. "I don't need to talk to you, Ensign. Get out of my way." And he continues to head past you toward Mara.
I'm the pilot, sir.
"You," and he says so, like spins on one foot, "that is reckless." And
Yes,
we're not going to
figured
go
you
into
would
detail.
just-
You can get an idea that he's upset, and you can come back at him with a variety of things, like apologies, whatever. But basically, he wants to berate you.
All right. I'm pumping. I mean, like, I don't know how the Zeltron sort of pheromone thing goes, but like I am just
Right.
oozing it at this point in time.
Right,
You
right.
know?
I just
And
want to
I'm
be your
going.
friend. I just want to be your friend.
I am just affirming everything he's saying, and I am apologizing. I am utilizing that I shouldn't have done it, but I was following orders, sir, and blah blah blah, this sort of thing. And it is good of you. I commend you on everything that you've done. You have my deepest apologies, sir.
He thanks you for your candor, and he reaches out and he grabs like the collar and turns it, and he brushes it because maybe it was sticking up or something. He
Ah,
goes, "I appreciate you, but I'm still going to have to report your captain."
I understand. I understand. Yes, don't worry. Again, uh, our T7 can get you all the information that you need on all of that. We are, however, on a very tight schedule, which is, in fact, the reason why they gave us authorization to do such a dumb act. I honestly don't even believe it was the captain's fault. She was merely being told what to do. You know how this is. There's so much that has to be done.
Our system works because there are rules and regulations, and your captain made that choice, and it will be dealt with. In the
Yes.
meantime, you can't go anywhere because that needs to be fixed.
Yes,
I've
no, we
ordered a
have
maintenance crew to come out this direction. They'll be here in about 6 hours.
about 6 hours. Oh, okay. Well, fantastic.
Yes.
What shall we do in the meantime, sir?
Well, at this point in time, there could be some sorting. If you need a task, I will definitely be radioing back to main station to find out what your captain thinks is a good option for since you are now pinned here while we wait for this. But in the meantime, and he's going to like brush your shoulder or something because maybe he sees like he's very attentive to your uniform
Yeah.
because you just threw it on. And his
Hmm.
uniform looks like it was digitally constructed around his form, while yours looked like you just threw it on because you did.
I am going to make comment about how pristine his uniform is, and I hope to one day be able to do what you do here. It's very difficult, just the way that they fall.
You definitely have you have his unending attention, and the lieutenant that is with him is watching the exchange between the two of you with maybe a bit of concern at this point in time. It's like, are they a thing? Are they making out? What's happening here? And so she's just going to sit back and watch. Mara, what do you want to do? Anything?
I am specifically
Um,
doing this so that they can walk off if they need to.
um, Mara definitely is not prepared enough to try and talk to this guy who's berating Nas, and she's gonna try to like, I don't know if she's gonna try to like sidle away or like if she's just gonna try and stand there and look as. No, I think she's probably gonna try to like sneakily like disappear.
All right, make a skullduggery. And the difficulty is just going to be a 1. All right, so Sonova and Fabjo will do the same. They too are basically trying to be unseen. And so at some point in time, the officer will head back up to the bridge of the station so he can make a call to find out what your captain wants to do.
Okay, so I'm heading over to T7, and I'm letting T7 know that he needs to intercept that call and make it seem like that he has control of the situation.
Do you want me to send it to Ulan?
Yes.
Okay,
Let
your
Ulam
comm
know.
goes off. And Dakma says, "Hey, you're going to get a call here in a moment from the guy running the place. You're supposed to pretend to be the captain who screwed up and sent us here."
He is ridiculously fastidious and just a general jackass. So keep that in mind. Play to his ego. You'll do just fine.
All right then.
So T7 continues doing what he's doing. And the little droid's arm turns and pops out a comm unit and says, he hits the button and he says, can you take this comm unit and go put it into the... No, it wouldn't be through comm. He would download it onto him. That's how he's going to do it. And then, yeah, so he will continue what he's doing of cycling through all the information. And your comm goes off, letting you know that there's a call coming in. It's a holocast, so it immediately generates the image of the pompous individual who just walked through the hangar bay.
Okay.
Captain says so.
Commander.
It is my understanding that Z0456 was given permission to use hyperspace jump to this location by you. And I need you to know that is unacceptable. In our regulations 4.56-17, hyperspace jumping is not allowed within the yard's perimeter. Who gave you authority to override such a requirement?
Commander, what is the most important element of this facility?
Speed and efficiency. But
Speed
with that
and efficiency. Oh, no, Commander. I'm talking speed and efficiency. And I was told the same. Speed and efficiency. Now, I can handle the speed. These are regulations that are relatively minor. But what I cannot abide by is not having been given updated navigational information mentioning that an entire sorting station has been destroyed and constitutes a navigational hazard, which means that you put my ship and my crew and our mission at risk. So what do you have to say for yourself? Because I certainly wasn't given the most updated information regarding this navigation. You let me wander into a field of your junk.
So, what is your intent by berating him? Do you want him to apologize? Do you want him to accept the... What is the end goal here?
The idea is to flip the script and get him to apologize, to make him feel as if he's
fantastic. I think that's doable. So that would be deception, right?
Okay.
It's going to be hard because he knows it's not his fault. So I'm going to say yep, we're going to do it. It's going to be a difficulty of 1, but a challenge of 1 as well.
Okay.
To get him to accept responsibility for something he has no control over. Good luck.
Okay, rolling it out. Nice.
Fantastic. He's flabbergasted. He stammers. He argues points. You counterpoint. You bring up regulation numbers that you don't know what the hell they mean. And he at some point begins to fervently apologize as you mention a chancellor's name. And things go downhill very quickly because you happen to be new and he should have seen the rostered information and this, that, and the other. And at some point he is apologizing. And by the way, all of y'all can hear this over your comm if you truly wish to hear it. But he is apologizing and he wishes that you understand that this needs not to be a big ordeal, that it can stay here and no reports need to be filed.
I hope I made myself clear, Commander.
You have, Captain. I apologize completely. I see the error of my ways.
Certainly. We all make mistakes, some of us more than others, but we'll consider it a teachable moment. Now, if you don't mind, we have a lot of work to do, so if you have no need, then I don't believe you should have to bother any of my crew again.
Understood. It's still going to be a little bit of time before the maintenance crew arrives. I can't speed them up, so maybe if you can reach out to them, you might be able to move things around. But for right now, we still have a 6-hour window before they arrive.
We'll try and engage in minor repairs ourselves so that we can lower the amount of resources that this station needs. We all could use more time, and I'll set aside some of my crew's time to help you, if that sounds good.
I mean, if it happens that way, it happens that way. I think that your pilot is really good for handling the situation that he was put into, and I think your choice and decision was a really good one. And I'll try to be more on top of my tasks.
Yes, 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 Commander. Thank you very much. And then close the signal.
All right. As you close the signal, a happy moment happens as you see the T7 backing away from the splicer before he turns to look to Nos and goes, "I've got it all. Let's get on the ship."
Okay.
And he starts wheeling back over.
I'll walk him back over to the ship.
And he's a T7, so he can't use stairs.
And he's heavy.
Walking back to the ship is a phrase. It's a thing. It's colloquial.
Yeah, he rolls back.
He will walk.
Yeah, I'll walk.
He'll roll back to the ship.
T7.
All right.
So,
Lowering the ramp and allowing access for the T7. It's almost over, right? He's got the data. He's got the data. You got the ship. You got the location you're in. Nothing bad has happened. Nobody shot at you yet. This is pretty good, right? And the T7 goes rolling up inside Mara. You've been wandering around trying to stay hidden, but now it's very clear that the T7 is returning to the ship, and so is Nos.
Mm-hmm. Give me a second. I gotta let this guy
Yep.
out.
I don't want to be left behind, so I'll follow them.
Okay. Fab Joe and Sonova also head back.
Okay.
As you guys all enter the vessel and the T7 rolls up inside and heads up to the commanding post, I'm assuming everybody comes down to take a look.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Boom. He hooks up and begins downloading, and it just starts to scroll. Everybody's plugging in with a data pad and a transponder so they can get a look at the cargo's list. B7, B6 commando droids, their vocabulators, their this, that, the other, astromech pieces and parts, hand blasters. The list begins scouring on and on. Everybody can make me a perception roll. We're going to set the difficulty at 1, but everyone who gets a higher result might see something different.
I actually rolled well for once.
Boom. Look at all that.
Nice.
Nice.
Look at nice.
So we're looking at Ulan, you got 3. Nos, you got 1. Mara, you got 2.
Actually, Papa,
and
you
Apapa-
rolled. So just take off that last die because he didn't write.
So
he
Papa
didn't
got
roll.
3.
Yeah, 3 successes and 0 threats.
Fantastic. All right. No threats. Got it. All right. For those of you who got 1, pretty much like I've been talking about, parts of ships, parts of weapons, parts of this, parts of devices and droids, clone trooper armor, clone trooper weapons, and a variety of things that definitely catch your attention. But Mara, you notice as you're going through, as you're looking at all these lifts, there are some things that are not just pieces and parts. They have full-fledged, I forgot what they're called, hang on, swoops. There's like a listing for full vehicles. Not just that, like, and they're not starships. We're talking about vehicles that would fit inside of a container that could easily sort of blah, 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 this, that, and the other, and whatnot, and droids. Fully functioning droids that have been deactivated. So not just pieces and parts. And also money. Confiscated money. Confiscated artwork. Confiscated statues. Valuable things that are worth more than a few pennies.
Okay, so
but
what?
to Pafa and to Ulan, what catches you guys' eye is one word. Kyber crystal.
Mm.
You see what I see? That.
Well, what was our agreement with the Mun?
You bring back 8 containers. She will then price all the containers and give you a percentage of that value, and then she will take that and go sell it herself.
Okay. What happens if we don't bring back 8?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what if we don't bring the containers back?
That means we get on the bad side of somebody.
So let's start off by asking, who is she? Well, she's a Mun. They are those tall, gray
Yeah.
aliens
Yeah.
who run the intergalactic banking clan.
Mm-hmm.
My brother owes money to the intergalactic banking clan, so you know.
All right.
How hard
Well-
would it be for us to get another 2 or 3 crates onto our ship?
Strapping them onto the outside, utilizing some sort of ropes, duct tape, magnetic whatevers, possible.
Okay.
Because we could bring her 8. And she could get whatever we found. And the other 3, who knows?
Anything that
Yeah.
isn't part of the standard Imperial load will stand out. We strap something on the outside that the Imperials wouldn't do, and they're sticklers for this sort of thing. They'll notice. 8 containers is perfectly acceptable, doesn't draw attention, and we've already got a pretty good split in our favor.
All right. Well,
Is there
We
like
just
any
need to work
extra
out what is the
room?
most profit-dense items at this area.
right. Well,
And that's just a matter of a bit
Kyber
of
crystals.
speculation.
Kyber
Kyber crystals are profit-dense. They're
They are.
Small,
They are,
and they generate a lot of
honestly,
profit.
they make some amazing jewelry. I'm totally taking one. Just saying.
1.
Well, you know, I mean, if you walk around with a piece of kyber around your neck, people know who you are. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
All right, can we calculate rough values, by doing a little research real quick to figure out how many containers are overall available to us?
Okay, so here's the important part that you begin determining. When you're looking at these containers and all this information, each one of them comes with like a numeric code of some type. That tells you what container it is. That container is then associated with a station. There are 32 stations. You are at one of those 32 stations. Actually, let's backpedal. There are 31 stations. There's actually a missing station because it's gone.
Please tell me that the
So-
one with the kyber crystals wasn't the station that blew up.
No, it wasn't. But that means if you come across that station, let's say that station's number is 32. So if you're going through the list and you find a 32, it's not around anymore.
Okay.
It's just
Okay.
not. So, finally, to those guys who got 3 successes, kyber crystals are really cool. So is coaxium and a variable of other things. You guys get to choose how you utilize this information. But one of them says potential Jedi artifacts. It doesn't say Jedi artifacts. It says potential Jedi artifacts.
Well, I have no interest in religious mumbo jumbo, so
No,
kyber
no.
crystals.
That shit is worth a lot of money. Man, the people.
To who?
Well, hang on. You got a 1. They got a 3. It's whether or not Ulan points it out to you. To be fair,
Well, if he mentioned.
I mean, Ulan, why would you ever hide anything from him?
I mean, I would have noticed it, right?
You would have noticed it too. You got a 3. Would you point out the Jedi box?
I'm still trying to figure out why I got to give this lady 8 containers and why I can't keep 2.
Because
Listen,
that was the deal.
What does the triumph do? Does it count as another success or?
It counts as a success and something really special. So.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So let's look at Mara as a character and ask ourselves what would be something really awesome for her. Explosives, right?
Sure.
Yeah, there
She
are a
likes
lot of
those.
explosives on these lists. A lot of explosives. And since you got a triumph, we'll say that as you're going through them and you're playing with the system, we'll call this station you guys are currently in Station 31. Looking at Station 31, you find a crate that says, and this just, well, first of all, it kind of scares you, but then it's just like, this is really cool. It's a crate that is labeled with power cells, Tabana gas canisters, some of which are full and some which are empty. And then inside that same crate are thermal detonators.
She's like, I want this one.
So because you understand explosives, power cells can explode, Tabana gas explodes, and of course, thermal detonators explode. That is the most volatile container you've seen so far. Why someone put all of those in the same place doesn't seem like a good
I
idea.
think these are fireworks.
No.
Store them in this container full of oily rags and gasoline. It seems
And
like a good plan.
hey,
We'll throw some gunpowder
lighters
in there too.
Yeah, some and lighters. Oh, you know what? Just flint and steel. Fuck it. Yeah, loose.
There's not enough matches in there.
Thermal detonators, blaster rifles, hand blasters, handguns,
All right. Well, so
detonators, missiles,
in
droids.
She likes those. She likes the splody things.
So in this docking bay, are there any other cargo ships?
Yes.
Sold.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
And they're currently being loaded.
Okay. Can we? Which ones are the T7? Which ones are they loading?
He will give you out a list of stuff, and most of the things they are loading are ship parts.
Ship parts.
Mhm.
Well, that sounds like, and they're loading 8 containers.
Yes.
Okay. So, it's a strange thought.
How many crew would normally be on one of these Imperial freighters?
Guess what? Dockmud actually tells you each one of these Imperial freighters generally has a crew of 6 people. Somebody to run the ship, 2 people to pilot the ship, and 3 other people to help out with doing inside ship stuff. So you guys are technically down by 1 if you can. No, you guys have 6 people here. Yeah. So you match up. But you don't need 6 people to fly one of these things. You only need 2.
Right. So,
The
what?
job is first.
Yeah, but hear me out here. What if we infiltrate the other ship and take it from the inside? I mean, because 3 of us can fly this thing. Well, actually, 2 of us technically can fly this thing.
We haven't even gotten the cargo we've agreed for our client, and you're already stealing someone else's ship.
Yeah,
An
I
actual
know.
Imperial.
I know it may be a problem, but that being aside. All right. Just imagine. Are you imagining? Ulan, are you
I am not
imagining?
imagining.
Away from them.
Are you? No.
You're
I would
imagining.
like for
I am
you
not
to
imagining.
imagine the buckets.
Apopha, as you guys are having your argument, looking at data pads, pointing at things, and going back and forth, Apopha, your mind hasn't stopped reeling. I don't know this woman anything. I'm getting 400 plus. I am in the cookie bank. This is the cookie jar. The lid's off. This is my oyster. I could have anything. Apopha has seen a large swath of the galaxy in his mind, but he has seen only tiny ounces in truth. But he knows somewhere inside of Apopha's mind, he knows what is truly valuable to him. He's seen something and said, that's valuable. What is something that Apopha would know, that he would seek out and say, this is the most valuable thing? Is it on this list? Is it in one of these stations?
What would he want?
No. What would be the most valuable thing that he would know about and want?
And
Credits?
you can feel free to.
Might
you
be
can
here.
Feel free, yeah. Oh, I mean, money is money.
Money is money. But what's more expensive to him than money would probably be his own army. He would want those unactivated droids.
You begin spinning through the lists. You find a thing called a search function. No, actually, you just start spinning through the list. You are able to search through it and whatnot. Name the most awesome droid you can think of.
Me personally?
No,
Oh,
this is basically what?
HK 47.
That's not a droid.
Well,
That's
Oh
that's
yeah,
gun.
that's true.
No, the HK.
It is a gun. It's a nice gun.
No. HK-47 is a droid from Old Republic.
Oh yeah, okay, that's fair. Meatbag. Got it. Right, I remember now. So that's a little bit too old. I don't think that's going to be here. I'll give you a replacement. 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
They still have HK droids, for the record.
Correct. But is the HK-47 a model that they've updated and kept running?
Well, the HK-97 is the one that you saw in Ahsoka.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Exactly. So
97.
he's thinking about a 47. Hang on. As you're looking for the HK-47 or some other version of HK, you find in the list a name, Dooku. And it says IG-100 Magna Guard droid, previously Dooku. And it's listed on like this station number 28. One of Count Dooku's Magna Guard droids is here. And it's not listed as damaged either. It's listed as deactivated and with a restraining bolt.
Yeah, that's definitely what a powerful would want.
Fair. So we're going to pause as you're sitting there and you get to a point, you're clicking on things, and it was the name, this separatist general. Everybody knew him. He was the bad guy if you were on one side, the good guy if you're on the other. And his name just came out. And as you're looking at it, you're like, what am I looking at? You realize, because you're like looking for droids. And you remember hearing the stories of how these things would fight Jedis and win. And you're like, I don't need an army if I have just one. And there is one on Station 28. You look at a nearby roster, Station 28 is not far from here. And with that, we're going to start to close the game. We're going to pull back from our station. We're going to see the stars start to span out. The sound of money falling, credits in the distance as we begin to head off to our closing scenes for the game.
Yay! Credits.
All right.
Roll credits.
John Williams music, which we cannot play here without YouTube sending Black Hawk helicopters.
We'll be right back.
Suddenly, Disney
Nice.
helicopters hiring lawyers at $400 an hour.
Right.
So,
I want to make $400 an hour. God.
Me too.
yeah.
That isn't even the largest amount that high-end lawyers get. Just letting you know.
That makes
Billable
me
hours
so
is cool.
sad.
If you think organized
makes me
crime makes
sad.
money.
Lawyers.
All right, I have to pee and go eat some food because I am starving. This was fun.
I'm so hungry.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So,
All right.
Dope, though.
I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed running the game. You guys definitely provided a good amount of fun and interaction. I hope we get a chance to do this again soon.
Yeah, we're still live. Do you want me to stop it?
Oh,
Yeah.
All
Let's go ahead and call
All
it.
right, guys.
Good night
That
to
way we
everybody
can
watching.
discuss
Miss you.
Secret plan.
See you next time. We'll. You know what? We'll post it on the calendar. If you haven't gotten to the calendar, we're gonna be. I'll post it up on my Instagram. So, all right. I'll talk to you guys in a bit. All right. Cheers.